other people via retweet
I could do that
that
too.
we are live.
I'll do it.
Okay.
Actually, no, I won't because I don't have a computer right now.
Oh.
Why don't you have a computer?
It's still installing shit.
Oh.
It's installing Python 3 checkbox.
Cool.
You're
So it's Deja Dup
It won't-
backend
it won't let you do
GVFS. Setting up totem. Setting up gnome disk
You
utility.
can't, like, cancel that?
It won't let you do anything?
Nope. There are no other options.
Who are
we?
Oh, look at that. We're on the internet.
Look at that.
Hey, we're on the
You
internet.
heard me speaking.
Infinite regression.
Mm.
Come on, tweet deck. Get some
Deck them tweets.
sun.
What's it doing?
I'm going to stare into this camera.
Again, it's trying to, like, hey, really? This thing?
Okay.
Actually- Whoa.
You want to comment? Sign up for Google Plus.
Why don't you sign up?
Oh, you can't comment on your own thing?
He had to switch to the list of accounts, the one that was actually the account and not the...
Oh, is he on Chuck BMFcast now?
Yeah.
No, there's no Chuck Bam.
I still have the extra one that's not linked to my damn email. I'm lucky I still have that. I'm sure eventually it's going to be like, nope.
Our first comments. Seriously, Google, stop breaking shit.
It's good.
Yeah,
It's a
I
good
thought so.
comment.
Did you say that or
I
did
did.
someone else? Oh,
I did.
that would
pretty
be
good.
interesting if someone commented in that way.
I didn't get
Said that.
a drink. I'm going to grab.
We should get you a drink while we sort out these social things.
Well, sort out the social things and the intro things. Or do we have intro?
I'm just going to stare
Oh,
into
yeah,
the camera
we didn't record the
longingly.
intro before we started the live stream, so that's going to fuck
No.
things up. We'll have to do it after we stop it.
Okay.
We'll have to remember. Remember
Nope,
the time.
I'm going to forget it on purpose.
We could just piece one together
We can just sing a song
from
so we
words
get flagged
that you
anyway.
use during the show. Hey, Bamcast, you're doing a podcast.
One
But
star? We're in.
We should have recorded just like 50 generic bumpers. Just they can be thrown in, whatever, you know.
this week on the Bamcast, movie is watched.
Well, how many times have we almost used in space no one can hear you suck?
How many times have we actually used it?
A few, I think.
Yeah, more than one, I think. It's
Let's use it for this one.
You got a new cup there.
in the LA River, no one can hear you suck.
Oh, I don't know. Could probably hear a few things.
Hey, that's the Hulk.
Uh-huh.
What kind of green drink are you drinking?
It's called water.
Ew.
Wow, you
Ew,
should
you should
clean
filter that shit.
water up.
I need a new filter. I'm sorry.
That's Mark Singer backwater right there.
It's Gamma water.
Mark Singer Backwater.
That's my favorite dive bar.
Ooh, the application's bamf-2.index.
Bamf.
It's rebuilding user/share/application/bamf-2.
Am I tweet this?
I was
Searching for obsolete
carefully
software.
constructing a tweet.
Oh, okay.
Is it
checking.
just a masterpiece of tweeting?
Yes.
What does it say?
Tweet
All
that'll
of my
make
tweets
the-
are a masterpiece of tweeting, you nincompoop.
It's true.
They really are. I'm amazed you don't have a Fave Star account just to keep track of how awesome they
You
are.
really should get one.
Yeah,
Those
you should
people
totally
are the
sign up
best.
for
I don't
Favestar.
want to blow up the Fave Star servers. See,
That's true.
Damn it. What is with the little bug? Watch you.
you missed.
It's still.
Totes missed.
Oh, hell yeah. I want
It's
to
on the
remove
camera.
175 obsolete packages. Remove. Delete. Come on, you want this.
Get it.
Come get your sweet release.
You want to die. You want to go to the light.
you want to die?
Brown arrow.
Oh, yeah, we're going to get flagged.
Nah, we can sing. It's okay.
Yeah?
It's a cover.
Okay, cool.
You can do covers.
No, they'll still flag it, though.
No, they won't. Well, they'll flag it, and then you say, "No, it's a cover, bitch."
Nah, it's
Yeah.
a cover. It's a cover.
Nah.
Do we look like the Toadies?
Yeah.
No.
Yep.
Oh.
Does
No.
anyone know what the Toadies look like?
Yeah.
Not really.
Really?
I've seen them in concert a few times. They're
Huh.
pretty good.
Do they sing that song?
Duh.
Okay.
want to die?
If they didn't, I would riot.
Do you want to hear that song?
Yes.
And that one other song. What's the other one?
What, Away? There's also Tyler.
Tyler.
And there was Mexican
Is there
Hairless.
Tippy Canoe?
It's pretty good. I Come From the Water is a good one, too.
That's the one. That's
This
the
guy
other.
over here, he gets my political jokes.
He's just shaking his head in disgust. I should not have told it to remove all of these obsolete programs, because
You'll be fine. Let's just do a podcast.
Hey, we have to just everybody remember we have to do an intro after we stop the live stream.
Does someone want to post on Facebook
Yeah,
so that the
Facebook?
Facebook people don't complain?
Facebook people?
that we don't have the.
Hey, you put us on Facebook.
I'll do it.
What, really?
I'm on it.
For
Do
real?
you have the
I can
link?
do it.
On your phone?
I can totally do this.
What?
I can do
you
this.
You are such a liar.
I can do it. Watch me.
You're a dirty, dirty liar.
You're dirty.
I am. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Why are we angry? What just happened?
Shut up.
No.
Oh, please?
Please. Please shut up.
Please, sir. Shut your mouth.
Bad Movie Fiends podcast.
Hi.
Page.
That's us. We're them. Those cameras aren't on, by the way.
Post.
Turn them on.
Okay.
Turn the camera on.
They're
We're
on.
trying to see the people viewing us.
Okay. Everyone's out of focus.
Are we?
Well,
Is it?
is it?
Facebook is posted.
Thanks, Chuck.
Sure.
Are you a watcher? Oi, watcher!
Oi.
Boy.
Removing Linux headers 3.2.0-37, generic PAE. Removed Linux. Man. Who put Linux on this thing?
Some asshole.
That is right.
Why am I the only one that capitalized my joke part of my name? I don't know why I did that. Charles Barkley.
Park.
Everyone else is just like, yeah, that's a...
We're live, right?
Yes,
we've
yes, we
been
are.
live,
Yeah.
sir.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Did you not catch all that where we made a stream?
Live.
Okay.
We were
Good
supposed
thing
to...
I didn't say
behave
anything like vaginas or...
You can say that if you like.
okay.
It's the internet.
Well,
This is uncensored.
maybe I'll say it.
This is raw data, Chuck.
Okay. Ones and zeros.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, girl. You know
Going,
what I'm saying.
I'm going raw on that data. Hey, I want to make
I'm
a...
the one to give you an O.
It's raw doggist.
Roggist. Ray, it's Roggist. Ray Raggy.
Rodcast?
Yeah.
You don't
Should we make one?
Rodcast? No.
Hey, whose phone is making things make
I don't know.
noise? We'll sort you out because we figured out the secret. If you look at your little thing, you can see the little...
Mm-hmm.
I think it was making it go tick, tick, tick,
Turn
tick,
off my
tick, tick, tick.
cellular.
All right, podcast. Podcast.
Yes. Yes.
Podcast.
Yes.
I suppose I'll clap and talk and everything.
Yeah, well, since we had to do it all last week.
All right, welcome to the BMFcast.
Hey,
BMFcast.
Episode 237.
Wow.
Nope.
Nope.
What?
Wait, no.
Nope.
That comes
Nope.
after 236.
That is technically correct, but that's not this episode.
What?
We did an episode
We done been
called
busy, son.
237.
I don't understand what you're saying.
Well, you got to keep up.
Okay.
Well, you just need to watch Bailey's Billions, and then you'll be kept up.
Oh. Okay.
But that's not this episode.
All right, episode 238.
Yeah, that's more accurate.
All right.
Okay.
So I'm Harlow.
I'm Mackie.
I'm BJ.
And I'm Chuck.
And what we do each and every episode of the BMFcast is we go ahead and we watch ourselves a quote-unquote bad movie. We come in here and talk about it for the first half. Then good bad movies, enjoyable bad movies. They get 1 to 5 jocks and robot jocks.
Robot
Hooray,
jocks.
robot jocks.
Cheers.
Hooray. Yay.
And the bad bad movies and stay away. They get a negative flying scale 1 to 5 bags and douchebags after Twilight.
Boo.
Boo.
Twililight's not good.
Cheers.
Sold.
We don't like it.
Following up last Doggist, the original Doggist,
Yes.
OG Doggist, DOG Doggist. We watched Watchers 2 from a year, 1990.
Yeah, it came out
That would
one
be
year.
a year.
Yep.
Yeah. So very quick plot summary, and we'll talk about Watches 2.
All right.
A genetically re-engineered dog develops a psychic link with a monster created in a lab experiment, which goes awry.
That sounds similar to the first Watchers.
It is.
Yeah.
Because it's pretty much the same plot.
Oh,
Huh.
it is.
Interesting.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a remake.
It
yeah,
kind of
it's
is the Evil Dead 2 to
It's
Evil
a
Dead.
requel.
Yep. Except no one says, this is kind of familiar.
Mm-hmm.
Except us.
Well, yeah, because they weren't in the first one.
No,
so
nobody
Yeah.
was.
they wouldn't know how familiar it is.
That's true.
So our main replacing Corey Haim as our hero.
Yeah?
The Beastmaster.
Mm-hmm.
Mark Singer.
Hey, if you need to talk to dogs, who are you going to get?
Mark Singer.
Bark Singer.
Yeah.
Bark Singer.
Running around with him, doing heroic things is Tracy Scoggins.
Yes, with glasses eating her face.
Uh-huh. And bad guy Michael Ironside is Timothy Marlowe.
Okay,
Yeah.
sure.
He's the scientist behind it all or something. I don't know.
Sure.
Yeah, movie. So it starts in a lab.
With a pen and a pad.
Yeah. And there's some animals, genetically engineered animals.
Yes, paint this picture, please.
And Tracy Scoggins is trying to teach Einstein, the dog, golden retriever, how to recognize letters
Yep.
off of a computer. She's just like, this is an A. He's like, woof.
Yeah, dog's just like, I don't care.
Don't care.
I think that's it.
And then she brings out one of those,
No fucks.
Yeah.
the ring toys for that you give to a baby, larger, progressively smaller rings, whatever. And he's just like, ring your play tug of war, dog.
Yep. He's a dog.
And head scientist guy comes in. Well, first another scientist guy comes in and he's like, that dog is dumb. Ha ha. Why would you want to teach a dog to be not dumb? Dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Haha, dogs.
Then head scientist comes in and is like, hey, lady, I know this nice Italian place. You want me to take you there? And she's just kind of like, yeah, sure, all right.
Yep.
I like sexual
Yeah,
harassment and pasta. Sexual
Yeah, well, Chris, he
harassment.
doesn't. He's like, he's like, did you work through lunch? Yeah. I've got a better idea.
That's not healthy.
Yeah.
Let's
Why
go.
don't you work
Here's
it
something
through
healthy.
lunch?
My
Yeah.
dick.
I don't think
For
that's
lunch.
where he was going with that.
I think it was.
I think he
actually.
was. I
There were
think he
others
was-
in the room.
There was unlimited breadsticks.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah. So yeah, she's just like, all right, yeah, and he is like, excuse me, I've got to go to my super secret, not at all evil area.
Well, like, because
Oh,
the
well,
first
first,
scene
yes,
was
I'm sorry,
the
I forgot
NSA
yes.
jerks who
Yeah.
wander in. They're like, we're supposed to be here.
She's like, that's a classified area, and they're like, oh really?
Yeah.
Well, we're the NSA.
Do you have sunglasses?
no.
No.
Okay, then. We're just going to go in here now.
Case closed.
Yeah. And they get past one door, and then they go to another door that they have to code break their way in. And they're like, hey, there's a monster in here. Let's take some Polaroids. And the monster eats them.
Yes.
Yeah, she gets very curious. She's like, look at that thing.
Yeah.
It's
Well, they
crazy
open up
looking.
like the
Holy
door
crap.
that you really shouldn't fucking be opening.
Right, the big porthole. Let's like and stick their whole head in there. Like, hey, check this out. Rawr.
Mhm.
And then the other guy.
That's how you do.
Yeah, and the other guy's like, oh no, you stuck your head in there and got eaten. let me see.
Well, he pulls her out and then like backs his way into the porthole himself.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh my god, you've been eaten. And then hands reach in and you're eaten too.
Yeah. So Tracy Scoggins basically tells old dude, hey, the NSA guys are in your lab. He's like, what the shit?
Bad idea. And then he gets down and he's like, God damn it.
Yeah, it's dead bodies. And he's eating a popsicle this whole time,
Yeah.
which is really weird. He's
Why not? Maybe he wanted a popsicle. and
He's just
didn't
really
want to-
committed to this popsicle, though, until he just decides to Ron Burgundy it and throw it on the ground, just like,
Popsicle was a bad choice. It was very hot in there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
actually, it was probably a good choice.
120 degrees.
120 degrees. That's
Yeah.
the temperature for Monster.
Yes. Required for monstering.
Yes.
Except for Monster Energy. Those should be cooler.
They are.
They are. They're very cool.
I do love how this is like your typical late 80s, early 90s horror film lighting. It's like everyone watched Hellraiser and was like, we need to make it look exactly like Hellraiser.
Yeah.
So it's all red and blue lights and shadows and like a few beams of light coming through here and there. And that's like 3/4 of this movie, the way it's lit.
Yeah.
Even during daytime, they find a way to go into places that are
Oh, every place has
pitch black. Because that's
blackout
what
curtains, yeah.
Yeah, because when he comes in, it's implied that, when he's talking about lunch, it's implied that this is like noon.
Mm-hmm.
And this place looks like it's like 4 a.m.
Yeah. Well, it's a bunker.
I know.
It is.
But I just love that this carries throughout the entire movie. And yet it doesn't hide the monster very well. Because
No.
the first couple scenes, it's like, I don't see a monster. He's, we see his goofy claw.
Yeah.
But
But
it's
yeah,
also
it's-
not explained if it's any connection whatsoever to the first one.
Yeah.
Because it seems kind of implied, like, the first one, it was pretty much implied that they killed the monster out in the woods, and the dog probably died.
Maybe.
But
Dog got kind of fucked up and was thrown in the back of a pickup and drove off,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
but you could theorize that this is still that same monster, and they've brought him back there and nursed him back to health, and same with the dog. Because
Yeah.
wasn't the dog in the first one named Einstein as well?
It was in the book.
Yeah.
We found that out during the podcast
Yeah.
that it was named Einstein in the book, but the movie just called him Furface
Yeah.
because
Oh,
Corey
that's right.
Haim.
Yeah, because
That's
It's
right.
pretty much just a reboot.
Yeah,
It's not really a sequel or
yeah.
anything.
Because they even have that origin tape of like Baby Monster and Baby Einstein
Yeah.
that they
that
show.
was the thing, wasn't it? You play that in
Yeah.
your crib when
Yeah,
And
it
they
helps you
learn
learn
stuff,
its colors and,
Yeah.
and shit like that. But yeah, at no point in this movie, it never even alludes to the fact that there was a Watchers 1. Not even once. It's
Watchers,
calling it
not even once.
It should have been. It really should have been that Watchers TOO is what it should have been because there's just
the Incredible Watchers.
yeah. It's like how's the same thing happen to the same people
Watchers
twice?
Warzone.
Yeah, yeah.
But so anyway, yeah, he kind of scolds the monster. He's like, you can't kill
Bad
these
monster.
dickheads.
Yeah, just what are you doing?
God.
Shoot you with a dart gun now.
Yeah.
Flump.
And this leads to he's doing some kind of surgery, putting a tracking device in it.
Yeah.
And one of the higher ups comes up and says, hey, the funding's gone. We're shutting it down.
Yeah, long face lady.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you gotta pull it. Got to put a bullet in this sucker and get it over with. And I figured the monster was going to attack and kill her. Overhearing this, but he doesn't.
No.
But he gets the tracking chip in, and he's like, "Well, fuck this. This is my creation. I can't let this happen."
Right.
So
He calls the eco terrorists.
yeah, he calls PETA and is like, "All right, they're shutting it down. Here's all the codes to get in. You got 7 minutes till the cops show up because of the alarms." And they're like, "Dude, why are you doing this?" And he's like, "Well, I love animals. Fuck you. Oh yeah, and don't go in the bottom level
Yeah.
ever."
Why not, brah?
And he's like, radiation.
Oh.
Yeah, radiation. Don't do it. Not even once. Radiation.
Gotcha. Thanks, man.
Yeah. So what do these guys do?
They immediately go down to the
They
bottom level.
immediately go down to the bottom level and see, like, radiation.
Yeah.
After, of course, letting out all the animals.
Mhm.
They let out Einstein. They let out the rats. They
Yep.
let the monkeys out.
Yep.
It's very much like the very beginning of 28 Days Later.
Kind of, yeah. It's like the disease is now running free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they get down to the basement and they're like, what the hell's in here? And so they come up to the monster, and the monster has predator vision of all his infrared, but the cheap version of predator vision.
Yeah, which just invert the image basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
And like, there's 4 of them in the room, and they all are like, "Let's all stick our head in this thing and look at the giant baboon thing that we. What is that? Let's all look at it."
It's like a giant monkey thing,
Yeah.
bro.
And guy comes in, it's just like, "What the hell? I told you people not to be in here."
Yeah.
God
Well, the
damn it.
monster had killed them first.
Well, yeah, but
yeah.
I-
So then he's like, oh, fucking A.
No, they came at him because like he
that
he
is
tried
right,
to
that
trank
is
him and then
right.
he had that baton stunner thing.
Yeah.
He got one of them and then they just kind of overpowered
That's
him.
right.
yeah, because then he pours gasoline over all of them.
Yeah, because then they're like back to, all right, let's check out this monster, yo. And
Yeah,
Of course, the monster gets out, kills all them, and he wakes up and he's just like,
Not again.
he's like, fucking A, man.
yeah.
And
And
burns them alive, like leaves the room and it just
Yeah,
kind of
well, he's
sort of
pouring
explodes.
gas on the guy. It just to be that passive aggressive. He's like, I told you shouldn't have come down here.
Yeah.
And the guy's like sputtering gas out. He's like, this tastes like shit.
Fucking die in here, man.
yeah, thanks, buddy. But yeah, so he basically blows up the bunker. Now, keep in mind, the first movie did this in 2 seconds, literally 2 seconds. Like the first
Oh,
thing
yeah.
you see is an explosion,
place blowing up.
and the dog jumping out full frame through the explosion. Freedom time. It was well done in the first movie.
Yeah.
It was all the establishment we needed.
Yep. And this one, you just see the dog run by the cops as they're coming in.
Yeah, and the cops are just like, "Hey,
Oh, hey, golden retriever.
dog,
All right.
cool."
Yeah.
So
Yeah, meanwhile, Mark Singer is being taken to military jail by 2 MPs.
the brig.
Yeah. And quickly explain that he decked a superior officer, and they're joking with him like, "Hey, you want a drink or something before you go in the stockade?" So,
I wish I could deck my boss.
Yeah. And then like he's like, "Hey guys, watch out! There's a dog in the middle of the road," and they're just like, "Huh?" And then the guy goes, 2 points,"
yeah.
and starts steering the Jeep right into it. And he's like, "Fuck, fucker!"
Mark Singer's like, "What the shit?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
and makes them basically drive off the road and crash. One guy flies out the back of the Jeep.
Yeah. They hit a bump, and that
was
one dude
not well
gets
secured,
ejected.
Yeah, no one was wearing their belt.
And they just kind of hit like some desert plants or something and come to a stop. And
Right.
And the guy's like, "What the hell? You're gonna get like 2 more years for this." And then all of a sudden they hear something off in the distance, and they're all very calm about this. Like,
Big mistake.
I think there's something out there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go check
I'll
it
go
out.
check it out.
He's like, "Well, you can't leave me handcuffed here." And so, a guy goes, just off into the desert to see what it is, and then the next thing you know, it's like, ah! And he's getting thrown in, like his helmet's rolling down the hill, and
Yeah.
he's more or less dead. And you see kind of the first shot of the
see
monster.
a head in the helmet.
Yeah.
You see kind of the first shot of the monster because he's like, I think he's on top of him or something. Like,
He's on top of the other guy who got thrown out because
oh yeah, well, because the dog comes up.
the dog's like barking, like,
Yeah.
hey,
Hey, we should probably
something's
get out
up.
of here.
You should,
Yeah.
why don't you take off that bracelet and let's drive this mechanical horse?
The dog was genetically bred in the 1800s.
Well, as the dog proves later, he's not totally literate.
Oh, okay.
He knows some things, but
He's pretty literate.
well,
Led a sheltered life.
yeah, I get it.
Anyway, so he runs off, gets the keys for the handcuffs, lets Mark Singer out, and just as like body's being thrown onto the hood of the Jeep, he's kind of backing up and getting the hell out of there.
Yeah.
Not very quickly. Like, not with a lot of like, holy shit, a monster is eating the MPs, and we should probably
Well,
go.
he does get stuck in the sand at one
Yeah.
point, but then there's just awkward.
No
like,
time for reshoots.
Yeah,
Just
but there's like
go.
a body on the hood, and then the monster jumps in, and then I don't know, some things happen.
He kind of
and
backs out. The monster's just like, oh, well, this is unstable. I'll
Yeah.
jump off of here.
Yeah, and that's the end of that.
Yeah, and they go driving off.
Yeah, and he takes off and goes to his ex-wife's house, where his ex-wife is like. This is also what I don't get. The ex-wife has a man there with her.
Mm-hmm.
4 a.m, says it as she's answering the door. Yet she's the one answering the door, and the guy's just yelling from the bedroom, "Hey, come back to bed."
What are you doing?
What are you doing? It's like you could hear her arguing with this guy and this dog barking.
Yeah,
What kind of man is this other guy?
We
I
don't
wanted
know.
them to show this guy.
He's a one-night stand, I guess. I don't know.
He's that asshole boyfriend from Man's Best Friend, just the worst person on the planet.
Ugh.
Fuck that guy.
What, the hero of man's best friend?
No, the dog is the hero of Man's Best Friend because he killed that guy. Don't make me
No,
start
he
this again.
attempted to kill that man. That innocent man.
Yeah, but anyway, off-camera voice is just like, "Hey, just make me a sandwich while you're down there."
She's like,
Yeah.
you can't stay here. All right, you can stay here.
"Yeah,
I'll get you a blanket. And
he
he's
doesn't
like,
really give her a choice, though.
No, not really. He's like, I
Like,
got no
walks
place else to go.
upstairs,
Yeah.
and he's like, I'm
here now.
Here.
I'm upstairs, so
We're
what are
not
you gonna
legally divorced, so I still technically live here.
do?" I mean, I got
whatever.
I got a box.
He's
there.
like, I don't need a blanket. Just give me some water for the dog. She's like, he can drink out of the toilet. And the dog's like, "Rrr."
yeah.
Sad dog face.
The dog bark record scratch.
No.
But yeah, so I don't know.
But yeah, so she gives in, lets him stay. Next morning, cops are at the door.
Yeah.
Like, your husband been here? She's
Yeah.
like, no. And they're like, you mind if we come in? She's like, yes.
Got warrant.
And they're like, oh, we'll
Damn
be
you
back.
knowing the law. We hate that.
And Mark Singer just like strolls out of the bathroom in a towel, just like la di da, just like, oh, I probably shouldn't go down there. Cops are here.
Yeah.
I'll go hide in the bedroom.
So he's, as she puts it, doing a fashion show for the dog.
He kind of is.
Because he's got the pull-up socks and the undies on, and he's beastmastering it up with this dog.
Yep.
And she's like, are you going to put clothes on and get the fuck out of my house, considering you're wanted by the authorities?
Yep.
He's like, yeah, I guess I'll figure it out. So they take off in their convertible, which is like an old Corvair or something. It's a pretty old classic car.
They say what it is at some
Yeah,
point.
either way, she drives out with the dog in the passenger, has the dog hop in the car in the passenger seat. And of course, Mark Singer is in the back with a blanket over him. And so they've made it to the health club where she's got her 80s jazzercise outfit.
That's the aerobics club.
Yep.
It says clearly on the outside,
All right.
aerobics club.
She's there for jazzercise, I'm
Yeah.
sure of it. But, and the dog is just kind of like chilling in the car. And Mark Singer's in the back going, hey, we tricked them, didn't we? But she's like, no, they're kind of following us, just so you know.
Yeah.
He's like, all right. So she gets out, heads inside, and the dog hops out and runs over to the cop car and just starts pissing on the tire. And they're like, hey, what the hell? Ah, dogs.
Supposed to be man's best friend.
Yeah,
huh?
wow.
Why you?
Man's best pissing on my car.
Yeah.
What the heck?
And then they are immediately distracted by aerobics girls.
Oh, yeah.
Like car pulls up, 4 aerobics girls get out, and they're just like, duh.
Oh, yeah. They're doing the hey,
Yeah.
ladies.
Which immediately
Which leads to the
to-
best shot of the movie.
the best shot and also the dumbest shot because
Yes.
basically in the background you just see dog sitting in driver's seat of car as car slowly starts to pull away.
Yep.
It's probably
And
the best
everybody
shot
but
from
the cops
any-
is like, what?
Yeah. But the cops are just like, ladies. But yeah, driving down the road, you just see dogs sitting in
they
driver's
have- and-
seat.
They are down the road a ways, and the dog's still sitting in the seat, and then the dog just kind of slides over to the side.
Yeah.
And then you see
finally
Mark
just-
Singer like climb out.
Well, I'm sure
And
there
then-
was also
and
a
then-
trainer down there too, holding the
I
dog
know,
in place.
I know, but then as he's still driving, he's like the most suspicious driver ever. Mm-hmm. You know, he's like slinked down in the seat, looking around, like,
Yeah.
I didn't steal this. No, it wasn't me. I didn't steal it. But
Yeah.
eventually he trades the car with some dude who's like, "Hey, man,
Yeah, fresh ride.
Yeah, is that a 1963 car?
that's a nice Chevy."
Nice.
He's like the
car.
most stereotypical.
Yeah,
guy
it's the. I mean,
ever.
we're not being racial.
Yeah, like he calls it a Chevy.
yeah,
They were being racist,
yeah.
not us.
We're just repeating what they said. As
I
they
actually
said
thought
it.
he said it was. It was so bad. I thought he said that's a cherry ride. I didn't get it. He was saying it was a Chevy.
Chevy
Yes.
red.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
but he's just like, hey, you want to swap for your piece of shit car? Like,
He's
yeah,
like, how much for that car, man? And he's like, straight up trade.
okay.
And that dude's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
For a rusted out
Okay.
Sanford and Son truck.
Yeah, with a big hole in the front that Mark Singer sticks his head in.
Well, because it's missing like the entire
you gotta-
right front. It doesn't have a headlight over
Yeah.
there. Whole front body panel there.
Right.
so he will get pulled over more quickly in that one than he would in
Probably.
the other one. But hey,
Yeah. But they head off to the Starmo Hotel or whatever.
yeah,
Star Mo.
yeah, because he's just trying to figure out because he kind of had no plan whatsoever for the when the wife's like, well, what are you going to do now? And he's like, I don't know. I hear Brazil's awesome.
Yeah, I guess I'll just drive.
yeah.
Thanks.
Yes, I'll see you.
Yeah. They hang out in the hotel room for a while, and then the dogs all of a sudden like he's kind of have this pensive moment where he's like looking out in the window in the rain, in the dark, and all of a sudden he's like, I guess I'll call the colonel and surrender. And the dog walks over and hangs up the phone.
Yeah, as he's calling, he's
Yeah.
like, yeah,
About that guy.
Yeah, about that guy Paul.
he's
who-
ready to turn himself in, and
Click.
the dog click, and he's like,
You stupid dog.
He's talking about a colonel. You son of a bitch, literally. And it's like he starts to call back. Dog hangs up again. He's like, "Do you even know what you're doing?" He's like, "All right, I'll test this." He calls for a pizza, and he's like, starts ordering it with all kinds of like random veggies and like something in pineapple and the dog's
Onions
like,
and pineapple.
"Rrr." The dog's like, he's like, "Oh, can I switch this to sausage and
Yeah.
bacon and everything?" And he's like, the dog's like, "Yeah." He's
Yeah.
like, "Holy shit!"
This dog understands something.
He's like, "Well, what do you want to do, dog?" And he's like, he runs over and gets a phone book. And he's like, "You want me to call somebody?" Who do you
No.
want-
Oh,
Well,
okay.
no,
dog does.
yeah.
No, he
The
gets
dog.
the phone book first, and then it's like, it's
He's basically like, "You want me to call somebody? Who do you want me to call?" The dog's like, charades.
Yep.
And then starts bringing him all of these things that are white. And we pick up on it right away. But of course, Mark Singer's like, they're all found in a crappy hotel room. Haha. No, wait.
You want me to call the towel police? Or something?
Toilet paper, lampshade,
I swear
wastebasket.
he got paid per reaction shot in this movie because he has some fantastic reaction shots to
Yeah.
that dog.
Yep.
But that dog is also awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Like just like the first one, this is the best dog we've had.
Yeah, it's a pretty good dog. And I mean, as he's guessing these dumbass things, the dog will just like keep picking up the lampshade and just be like, "God damn it! Just no, look at what I'm doing."
White.
Yeah. And he's like, "Oh, okay. You want me to call White? Well, I'll just start reading all the whites in the phone book."
Luckily, it was an early letter one.
Well, the best part was when he starts like White A, White Aaron. It's like-
Aaron.
yeah.
Well,
I
yeah,
thought
well,
they were
he tells him one bark for yes, two
Yeah.
barks for no.
right,
So
but he just
Bark,
keeps
bark.
going and finally
Bark,
gets to White Barbara.
It ain't me, man. All my shit's on airplane mode.
not me.
But he gets to White Barbara, and the dog goes, "Ruh."
Yeah, and he's like, all right.
You want me to call White Barbara?
So he calls and he's just like, yeah, this is going to sound really weird.
But this dog convinced me to call you.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, that's great. I was looking for the
Yeah,
dog."
she was in the
because-
process of making a lost
Yeah.
poster for
She
the dog.
was literally writing "lost" on a piece of paper as the phone call came in because she had driven back to work. She was like, "Hi, I'm here for work," and they're like, "Nope." That's what you
Yeah.
think.
Yeah. She's like, what about the animals? And they're like, well, guess they all ran away.
Yeah.
Hey, everyone who has a place to work, take one step forward. Not so fast,
fast.
Barbara.
Yeah, but like the dude at the gate is a real dick to her too. He's just it's like, well, I don't know.
Well,
what
like
to say.
everyone that talked to her, we were like, "Hey, know this nice Italian place I could take you to talk about how you don't have a place to work."
But yeah, so Mark Singer's like, okay, well,
call Barbara White,
it's gonna be a couple hours. We'll see you.
Mm-hmm.
And then he goes and gives his hotel room to a kid and a hooker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Like you do.
and while this has happened, the wife has decided to take a bath. The ex-wife.
Sure, yeah.
And the cops are sitting outside, keeping an eye on the place.
Eating Chinese food,
Yeah, doing their stakeout thing.
talking about donuts.
And as established in the first movie, the whatever you call it, it's not a watcher.
The outsider.
The outsider.
Outsider.
The outsider.
Is going to
His
go
stakeout.
everywhere the dog has been
Yeah.
and basically murder anyone that's had contact with the dog.
Yep.
Which, of course, she has. And so she's in the bath, and somehow it's able to sneak into the house, past the cops.
Well, doesn't it
Past
defenestrate
her.
itself through the window? Or no, that's the hotel room.
Yeah, it's the
okay,
hotel
this
room
one
later.
sneaks in.
But he sneaks in and then just like shoves her head underwater while she's in the tub.
Yeah.
And then
Also, apparently rips her head off.
Right.
and then
'cause-
proceeds to completely destroy the place. Like he's smashing all the lights in the bathroom and
yeah. And the
apparently-
cops are like, hey, what's that?
And apparently pokes her eyes out and rips her head off.
Throws it in the toilet.
Yeah. And
Good place for it.
Mm-hmm.
Her big stupid toilet head.
it fits so well. Rick.
It is.
Wow.
But
That's
yeah.
why I said it was a good
What?
place for it.
Where did that come from?
What'd she ever do to you?
Yeah, but the cops come in and are just like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And he just kind of sneaks out the back door. He's like, all right, my work here's done.
Yep.
Later.
Killed people who touched the dog.
Yeah. And the cop's like, hey, man, what was that?
Yeah.
Yeah, get up there and like, holy fuck. There's blood everywhere.
Yeah.
It's like sprayed all over the walls. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and then there's toilet head.
And then that's it for the cops. We never see the cops again
Yeah.
after that.
Hey, man, their
Toilet is
their
the
only
head.
their only lead just got flushed down the toilet. So
Yeah. Yeah,
The
but then,
clues were in the shitter.
but then, like, soon after, the thing shows up at the hotel and kills the people that took Mark Singer's hotel room.
yeah, this poor kid, man.
God, he gets the dress unzipped, man.
Yeah.
Doesn't even get the boobs out, and it's just
And
like,
she's like, what's that sound?
it's like nothing, baby. Just come on.
Yeah. She's like, no, check it out. So of course he goes to the window and monster defenestration happens.
Yay.
Yep.
Screams, and then almost immediately after that, the guy from the front desk is like, hey man, keep it down, people are trying to sleep,
Yeah.
and then goes away. And then immediately after that is the scientist guy who's been tracking the monster, with his little handmade tracker thing.
Yep.
So he's like, oh, you killed, why did you, God, why do you keep killing everybody?
If you could just stop.
He's kind of
Yeah.
annoyed. He's kind of annoyed by the fact that it keeps killing.
Yeah.
So I think he tranks it.
He tranks it, and then he's like, come on out. Just
Yeah.
come on outside.
Just keep
Let's-
coming a little further, a little further. Doesn't make it all the way to the
Yeah.
passenger seat, but it's like, all right, come on, I'll get you the rest of the
Yeah.
way home. We'll go home, and
Yeah. I'm taking it to my lab that's at my house.
yeah, we'll just do some more, experiments.
Right.
But so Mark Singer shows up at Barbara's house,
Mhm.
and she's like, oh, the dog, and he's like, well, I gotta go. I gotta get up early in the morning, and she's like, why don't you come in? And he's like, nah, really, I should go. I got a lot of stuff
Yeah.
to do.
The dog immediately bites his arm and won't let go.
Drags him
and
into the
drags
house.
him into the house.
Yeah.
He's like, any kind of soda?
And
That was a pretty good shot.
Yeah.
He's like, oh.
And so they're like, well, let's sit down on the couch and see what's on TV. And the second they do is like, breaking news. This guy who's on your couch is accused of killing
Yeah.
5 people.
Yep.
Could this guy on your couch be wanted for murder? Details at 11.
Yeah, because she's like, hi, I'm Barbara White. And he's like, I'm Paul. Paul. She's like, okay, Paul.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll
And
go
then
get your
they're-
soda. What's on TV?
Yeah. And the TV is like a brutal, bloody murder, death
Yeah.
sequence, and wanted for this murder is Paul Ferguson, and
Yeah.
they show like his goofy mugshot on the screen, and he's like watching it with the duh face going, like just
Well, he's taken aback by that, but also they've announced that his ex-wife has been murdered, so he's
Yeah.
kind of like, oh god, and he's just transfixed. I mean, he is just staring at the TV. Meanwhile, she is like, time for me to go.
she's like,
I'll just get my purse and slowly back out of this room. And the dog is like, grabs the purse and is like, no.
Yeah, the dog
Don't.
won't let her leave. And then he says slowly, he's like, Einstein, let her go.
Right. And that's when Einstein goes over to the computer.
Yeah, picks up a pencil and just starts typing
Yeah.
on the screen. He's like, not killer.
Yeah, unfortunately,
K-I-L-R.
it's like a 12-year-old texter.
He's like a Chick-fil-A cow is what he is, basically. He's it's like the
He's
ability...
smart, but he's not that smart.
Yeah, it's like he hadn't quite gotten the full, like, words. But yeah.
Well,
it's
he was
like-
only been taught the alphabet. We saw that.
yeah. But
Yeah,
like,
I think you're right. He's no killer.
yeah.
And then
Outsider
she's like,
killer.
and she's just like, holy shit.
But the best part
Like,
about
my training worked.
every time he finishes typing, there's this shot where he's still got the pencil in his mouth, and he turns back and looks at the camera and is just like, check it out.
See what I did? I'm fucking smart, motherfucker.
Yep.
That's some dog.
If I was a dog and I did that, I would totally be I'd be
Yeah.
mugging the hell out of it. I'd be like,
yeah.
be like, check this shit out.
Look what I did.
Been typing bad ass
Yeah.
dog.
But like the dog knows that the monster's after him because it's like, it's outsider, no like me, or
Yeah.
it's like, oh no, it's okay, everyone likes you, boy. And
No,
Yeah.
they don't.
so
Yeah. And scientist guy has got the monster
Yep.
locked up in his basement. And he's got him like chained up to strapped into a chair, and he's trying to sedate him. And he's like, "What do you want? What's your problem?" And he's like, "Oh, it's the damn dog."
it's like, just leave
So,
the dog. I mean,
I'll
I'm
get
glad
the
it worked,
dog.
but leave the dog alone, And it's-
Yeah.
And the monster's just like, no more sedation, rawr.
Yeah. Well, she calls and is like, "Dude, we got the dog."
Oh, yeah.
And
He's
the
like-
dog knows how to fucking type.
It's like, oh, that's
This is crazy. And he's
that's
like,
great. Can you bring the
really?
dog here?
Yeah. How about you bring that dog?
I mean,
by?
I'd come there, but I don't know. Things.
I'm doing stuff.
I have an important science to do.
I have a bun in the oven.
Sciencing is happening here.
I'm working on this quiche, and I want to make sure that it does whatever a quiche does.
If I leave it, my souffle won't rise.
Right. So please just head over. And they don't even end the conversation. It's just like, all right, hang up. And that's when Monster's just like, fuck it. I don't like your quiche. And he busts out. And what we imagine is him killing the guy because you hear
Yeah.
squishy sounds and screaming.
Yeah.
So
What the shit happens next?
Some stuff.
Is this when Mark Singer's just like, I guess I got to gear up and kill monster? Because I think he like comes. I think he doesn't have like this moment of realization where he's like, oh shit, my ex-wife is dead.
well, they
I'm gonna kill that fucker.
Yeah, but they still go to the house.
Oh, that's
Because
right,
they
yeah.
ransack it. They like steal all those tapes and stuff.
That's
and
right.
They bring it
Yeah.
back to her
Okay,
house
yeah,
and
yeah.
watch the tape
Oh,
of
yeah.
Baby Einstein.
Right.
Because they also go to the gas station with the guy in the wheelchair.
Yeah, the Indian guy in the turban.
Yeah.
In the wheelchair.
And
We didn't know he was in a wheelchair until later.
right when the monster is shown up to
Right.
kill him because he had the nerve to be in the same location as the dog.
Yeah.
Well, you shouldn't have let them shop there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but let's make note at this point that they've fully shown the monster.
Yes.
Yes.
Like fully lit.
Yeah.
No hiding it in shadows or anything like that.
No.
And it's not a good monster suit
It's,
at all.
it's-
It's not a good monster design. It's not a well executed rubber monster suit.
No. And I guarantee you, it was probably a monster in another Roger Corman movie. So
Yeah.
they were
It
just
looked like a monster that had sort of deflated around a person.
yeah, it did have a lot
Like,
of
it used to be like-
excess rubber. It's-
some kind of fun monster balloon, and it just
Hey, slip that on Barry.
But
Hey,
he's
that
like
looks
half-
neat. Let's
yeah.
do that.
He's like half the size of the guy who wore it in the last movie. Nah.
No one will know.
But yeah, so not a good monster, so not selling a lot of the supposed to be scary monster scenes.
And it's also dubbed over with a growl that kind of sounds comical a lot of the times. It kind of sounds, like Tim Allen just doing a lot of that shit. And it's just like, that's not working. That's not a scary
Yeah.
monster. That's dumb.
It's not your good monster face.
No.
But,
But yeah, Monster's broken out and goes to the gas station, kills that guy.
Yeah, and
They had a close encounter when they stole the tape and everything because the monster was right there.
Yeah.
And busted through a wall. It was just kind of like, rah, get out. And they're like, well, take this VHS tape and get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
And that's when they go back, they watch the Baby Einstein tapes. And then he's like, oh, yeah, that fucking thing killed my wife.
Yep.
I can't go to a gun store because, fugitive.
Right.
So I need you to go here and get this shopping list that I'm about to rattle off. We're going to kill this fucker. And she's like, what? I can't just go buy all these things, right? And he's like, baby, this is America. Fucking buy all that.
Yeah,
Movie ahead of its time.
totally. And she totally does.
Yeah.
Buy all those things.
Buys an
'cause-
MP5,
scene-
2 shotguns,
Yeah.
combat knife,
Somehow
black powder.
explosive
Well, they buy
rounds.
black powder. I think he made
Okay.
the explosive
Yeah.
rounds was the implication.
Yeah. But he has a pretty good suiting up sequence. It's probably the most creative sequence in the movie.
Yes, by far.
The bit where he just slaps the gloves down on the table and chops off the fingers and just like, yeah. It's like, all right.
It's almost Evil Dead like, which
Yeah.
is funny because this is very Evil Dead like Evil Dead 2 like
Yes.
itself because it's basically the same movie.
right. It's weird.
It's basically a remake of the first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, fuck, just, I don't know, homage it because we're doing it anyway.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
So
Anyway.
yeah,
he's all geared up.
He's geared up. The monster goes to the convenience store and kind of fucks with the guy for a little bit.
Yeah, he does.
Well, this
It's
is like I said,
rolling cans
this was the
around.
point where we find out the guy's in a wheelchair. And
Yeah.
it was just like, oh, good, equal opportunity, minority kill. And then
Right.
like he comes like, hey, who the fuck's back there? And he comes rolling around the corner in a wheelchair. We're like, what?
Oh,
Like, come
jeez.
on.
Yeah.
It's okay to kill an
Yeah,
Indian guy.
Yeah, but
just as long as the Indian guy isn't in a wheelchair as well.
well, that's like two things at once. You
Yeah.
just can't do that.
Two
the guy-
wrongs don't make a right.
Exactly.
The guy does get something out. Like I think like he knocks something over while he's like in the middle of his aisles, and he's like, "You motherfucker, get out of here!" Which I was
Yeah.
like, at least he,
And that's when Monster's just like,
had a little
"Rawr!"
moment, yeah.
It comes
Yeah.
over the
guy had a
display.
shitload of V8 and some vodka right next to each other.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's the Bloody Mary owl.
Yeah.
But yeah, he
the Bloody Mary
chucks
store.
that dude over the
Into the ice cream case.
over something.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah, that guy's
It's
gone.
not even a
No.
decent kill.
No,
But then the thing goes shopping because like he takes one of the teddy bears and
yeah,
I guess Twinkies,
Yeah.
animal crackers, and porn
yeah.
because we see his little lair or his nest later in the movie.
Well, he also kind of took like a duster, like a jacket, because
Oh, yeah.
the next time we see him, which is
I think he took like a blanket or something from
Yeah,
somewhere.
it's-
I
he
don't
took
think
the
it was a
blanket
duster.
from the ex-wife's house,
Yeah.
but he had thrown something over him because the scene is just. It's in the wrong movie. Even as goofy and dumb as this movie is, this scene is
It's
in the
playing
wrong
everything
movie.
pretty straight.
Because it's just Monster wearing a blanket, walking up to two homeless guys standing around a burning barrel, and Monster has a bottle of alcohol, or they give him a bottle of alcohol, and he's just like, all right, and just starts drinking. And they're like, hey, man, don't bogart our alcohol, and you're kind of stinky, and oh, no, Monster.
no, because the one guy goes, "Hey man, that's a nice teddy bear."
Oh,
He
yeah,
takes it
that's right.
and then he's like,
Yeah.
"Teddy."
But this scene is like, really? Why are we doing this? This is...
I like that one guy was backing away before it was revealed. Like I guess he kind of saw him in the
Because
fire.
it's pretty bright. You
Yeah.
can see that this thing is a thing.
Oh sure. But
Yeah, because the other guy wasn't that drunk. He was just like, nah, dude, that ain't a dude. I'm leaving.
he's got a bad case of scoliosis.
So, and the scene, I mean, it meant nothing. It had nothing to do. It was just like, we need to kill some
need
more
more
people.
kills.
Sure.
Whatever. But yeah, the Mark Singer's just like,
Well, these were the only. I assume he killed both homeless guys.
I'm sure he did.
But like those were the only two that didn't have contact with a dog.
Right.
Too. So
That was just thrill kills for
They were
me.
just in the way.
He was just like,
they
fuck
took,
yeah.
they took his teddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Plus he had the alcohol rage. I don't know.
happens.
But yeah, Mark Singer has suited up
Mhm.
back at the place and said, all right, you guys stay here. I'm going to go kill that fucking
Well, because he hears a news report that they killed
Yeah,
the two
that it's
homeless guys,
killed
and
the
you're like,
homeless dudes.
because I guess the plan was to barricade the place and wait for him to come to her shitty, weird loft apartment place.
Right. And they both sleep on it.
Yeah.
And he wakes up the next day and he's like, I'm going.
Yeah.
And she's like, wait, I thought the plan was lure him in here. And he was like, no.
Yeah,
I'm just going to go do
He's
this.
killed two again. We can't wait. I gotta go get him.
I gotta go.
Yeah.
Because he killed my wife, and you're
Prepared
pretty
to
and all,
die.
but
Yeah.
my wife. So he just drives down, downtown L.A. to, a chemical barrel storage factory or whatever,
Yeah.
and
I guess where he ends up in the LA River
Yep.
because he starts tracking it and it's like it's not here.
yeah,
it's
but he's doing sweet combat maneuvers around like these stacks of barrels. He's just like, and it's behind this corner, and it's
Kicks one down.
but then he finds a drain. And he's like, it's below me.
Yep, drop.
Yeah, and then he's like, all right, I'll go to the river and
Mm-hmm.
goes sneaking around the sewers and everything. And I don't know what his plan was because it's not very well executed because he just kind of bumbles his way through the sewer.
Well, he has a tracker that says where it is.
Yep.
And he
And-
gets right on top of the spot where the signal is.
At
And
first,
it's-
he's not using it though. He's just kind of like checking the corners.
Yeah.
But-
And then
And then every once in a while he remembers, oh yeah, I have a tracker, and I'll put it back in my pocket.
Yeah,
Probably not important.
I just love that he's still shocked when the monster gets to jump on him, despite knowing it's somewhere right here. It's like,
Right.
dude, didn't you see aliens?
Yeah.
Like, look up, look down. It's one of the two.
Yeah.
Nope.
But the
yeah,
thing comes
he-
flying out of the water and
Yeah.
scratches him on
Gives
the
him
back.
a back scratch.
Oh God, just
Back scratcher?
goops up his back something fierce. Just this
And then
guy,
he just-
all the tetanus shots in the world are not going to help this guy.
Nope.
Is-
Yeah, because then he just starts rolling around in
Yeah.
sewage.
Yeah, I mean, he's
that.
It's
he's
LA River muck.
Yeah, he's as good as dead. But he gets one shot off.
He gets more than one shot off. He
Well, he hits it
Yeah,
one time.
yeah.
Pretty spot on. I mean, it's pretty dead center. And it's like, oh well, that's
And it also just happened to be right in the spot where the tracker was. Cause,
Yeah.
he's like, oh, my back. Oh, I've emptied the MP5. I should just lay here in the muck for a while and get all of the diseases. And the creature's like, oh, fuck it, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
And goes around the corner and starts digging and is like, oh, look, there's the tracker thing. Let
Yeah.
me throw this out this sewer window.
And meanwhile, he's like Mark Singer has crawled to where I guess a ladder was and is trying to climb the ladder as hard as he can, but
Well,
can't do it.
he had passed out for some period of time because he comes to and there's like rats crawling all over his back.
No,
so,
that's later.
is it?
Yeah, that's what happens is he tries to climb out,
Yeah.
and then the monster's coming, and he just falls and he smashes through the grate underneath him.
And he goes
does the
through
whole
the-
slide thing.
Yeah.
It
Down
wasn't
his
that
back.
great.
Gets
Yep.
in the water and gets up to the top of a pathway. Meanwhile, the monster's been following him, and that's when he kicks the boards out and lets the light in.
Oh right.
And the light scares the thing away.
Yeah.
Because it's like a gremlin, I guess.
Well, it established that he had fucked up eyes and fucked up whatever metabolism or whatever. That's why he needed to be in the 120 degrees. Or
Yeah.
I don't know, whatever.
So bright light.
Yeah. But yeah, so the bright light blinds him, and then he just kind of collapses from there.
Okay.
And that's when his back becomes rat food for a while.
Yeah.
Because he didn't have all the diseases from being down there. He's
Need
got,
a couple more.
Yeah, he's got rat paw.
Now he's got the plague.
Yeah. Rat paw fever or whatever. So yeah.
But then yeah, he like
But then
wakes
the
back up.
monster's like, fuck it, I'm going to the house.
I'll get that dog.
Yeah.
I don't care about this guy.
Yeah, that guy
He's good as dead. I mean,
Yeah.
he's got all the disease in his
I
back now.
gave him sewer aids or
Yeah.
whatever, so he's done.
Suede.
Mark Singer comes out of the sewer. All of a sudden, like Motown
nighttime.
music kicks in.
Yeah.
And
like gospel music.
yeah,
really.
it's something like that. It's similar to the music he was playing in his car when he was driving away, and he's like drawn to it. He's like, "What is that?" And he comes across these three youths,
Youths.
Youths.
in front of a station wagon. And he just starts yelling at them.
It's like, where is this?
Where?
First off, they're parked in the LA River and they're listening to like gospel music.
Yeah.
It's an odd situation, but he's just like starts yelling at them
Well,
like,
what?
Where the
What?
fuck am I?
What do they need to be listening to when they're hanging in the LA River?
no. Well, first off,
Point is, why are they hanging in the LA
yeah,
River?
that's point
Because
number
it's
one.
cool.
Point number two, like gospel music, not really what you think of like loitering.
Yeah.
I loiter to gospel music
Let's
all
go
the time.
commit crimes and listen to the sounds of
they
Jesus.
had been done handing out their pamphlets.
Sure.
So they
Okay.
were
Yes.
just
You gotta blow off
chilling
some
at the
steam.
river.
Okay, just strange setup all around, but then it's made stranger by the fact that he stumbles across them, hobbling like he's Quasimodo,
Yeah.
going, "Where is this?
The guy goes,
Where is this?"
the guy goes, planet Earth. Let's get the fuck out of here. Who is this guy?
and they
And
leave.
keep in mind, he's got like a shotgun at his side too.
Yeah. And they're just like,
And they're like, man,
we're gone.
white people are crazy. We are getting the fuck out of here.
Yeah. But where did he think he was?
I don't know. He probably had the rat plague fever.
You're
I don't know.
still in L.A. You didn't fall through to Australia or something. I mean, it's the same river basin you were just in.
He had scarlet fever. I don't know. It got better.
Rickets. Rickets makes you forget things. I think.
He got for
I'm not sure I had
rickets.
rickets.
Yeah. Got the ferrickets.
Got sewer lupus.
It's never sewer lupus.
It's not.
Yeah. But so he's like, ah, shit. And so back at the house,
Yeah.
the dog's like,
Rough.
ruff, 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 goes to the computer and writes, it's here.
Yeah.
But she doesn't get to see that because
He cuts the
It.
power.
they cut the power, man. So the door starts rattling and it won't stop. She's like, Paul, answer me, Paul.
Yeah.
And it's like rattle, rattle, rattle. And she's backed up to the window and then, of course, the monster's behind her in the window.
And that's when scientist guy
Yeah,
throws the door
scientist
open.
guy kicks the door open. She's like, holy shit, you're still alive? And he's got like an eye patch on, and he's got his arm in a sling, and he's like, just give it the damn dog already.
Yeah, it's like,
That's
see,
all it cares about.
it didn't kill me. It's got compassion. We can help it. Just give it the dog. Just give it the dog.
He tries to give it the dog.
Yeah.
And she's like, come on, Einstein, let's run to the
Yeah.
roof. And
Yeah, well, he shoots a hole in the wall because because it attacks her. She spins around and hits him with one of these explosive rounds, and it appears to blast him off the side of the building.
Yep.
But of course, if you don't see a body, you know what's coming next.
Yeah. But scientist guy blasts a hole in
Scientist
the
guy
wall.
takes the gun from her and is just like, just give him the damn dog already.
Yeah.
Cut this shit out. You can't kill him.
And they're like, escape route.
yeah. Thanks
Yeah.
for blowing this perfectly circle hole through the wall.
Uh-huh.
Right. We'll now escape through.
Yeah. And they go up to the roof.
Well, they go into the building because he, like, the monster comes out and he's like, hey, we're buds still. See, you let me live and we're cool.
I'm trying to help you, man. I'm the only one.
I believe in you. In your cause.
And the
Monster's
monster's just like, nah.
I'm tired of your shit.
You keep cutting me open and doing weird things.
Yeah.
You're not my real dad,
Yeah.
Chip.
You're saying nice things, but come on, man.
So yeah. So then he picks him up, and impales him on her sculpture she had in her warehouse apartment. that is
or
like
had a bunch of
tree,
spears and
Yeah.
tree with a bunch of arrows sticking out of it.
I like that her
Pointy
apartment was
end.
designed by Otto from Beetlejuice.
Yeah,
Like, what the fuck are you living in?
I think
lady?
there was a swing set in there.
it was designed by him and lit by Hellraiser.
Yeah.
The least comforting apartment in the history of apartments.
Yeah.
New this
I
fall
mean,
on
aside from-
HGTV. It's
aside
Otto
from
and Hellraiser.
Aside from Yo Frankenstein chick's apartment.
Oh, that
like,
was
like this is up there with
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah. Well, at one point she had like people in there working.
Yeah, they
Like,
were renovating
what
the
were
place.
they doing?
It's like, why don't you take your death sculpture out of the contractors are gonna break it. I'm sorry, you
Yeah.
just can't leave it.
Just take it outside.
Man, we're gonna have to charge you extra because this is creeping me the fuck out. Just being in here. Yeah.
Frank lost an ear.
2 more employees have been impaled on this thing this week.
Yeah, but yeah, that guy gets impaled on it.
Yeah.
He's like, no,
he's
why? And then the monster takes his other eye because
Why not?
why not? So yeah, then he's chasing her through this warehouse type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They climb up.
And it's a very Albert Punish feeling. It's like, we found this empty building and we're just going to kind of film us running through the same corridor,
Yeah.
but change the angle a little bit. But of course the monster's doing the real slow, ah, ah, and kind of stomping around. And,
Yeah.
And he's got
kind of like making pleading gestures with him, just like, come on,
give me the dog.
let me just eat the dog.
But it's also funny because they gave him like this little short, stubby little tail.
Mhm.
And the way every shot is lit from behind on him, it just looks like he's got a dick hanging around
Yep.
swinging.
Yep.
Every single shot.
Swinging monster dick.
It's like, come on.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Don't you like what you see? Take a picture.
But eventually she gets up to the roof
Yeah.
and, shuts the door on him and it's just like, what do we do now? I didn't think this through.
Yeah. But
She and the dog are up there and, of course, the monster says, fuck this, climbs up the side of the building.
Sort of scratches her arm. Like,
Yeah, well, he
Yeah.
kind of grabs her and that's when the dog bites its hand.
yeah.
it's like ripping the rubber monster suit
Yeah,
off
you
of it.
see it stretching off of him, and that's when he basically punches that dog across the building.
Yeah. You're like, oh, now this monster has to die.
Yeah. Yeah.
He backhanded that dog like 20 feet away.
Yeah, well, they throw a fake dog into a pile of garbage, and then you just see Einstein's head kind of sneak out like, what just happened?
Coming out like, uh-oh.
Roof? Where's Mark Singer?
So,
Too rough.
So, of course, the monster's doing the slow stomp towards him again.
I'm going to eat you.
I want you to know what's going to happen.
It's going to be pain.
Yeah. And by now, Mark Singer has made his way back.
And Mark Singer is tired of this thing's shit.
Pretty much.
Mark Singer is just like,
We're tired of this thing shit.
I'm going to fuck this thing up, and is just jumping off of things like full body press onto it and combat rolls and all kinds of, just really just going all out trying to just outmaneuver this thing.
Basically, it ends in like him doing like a triple shotgun shot blast to it. Now, every other time the shotgun has been shown, it's blown a hole in a wall.
Yeah.
It blew this thing the fuck off the side of the building. Now, all of a sudden, it's like it's armed with like cheap roadside firecrackers.
Rock salt.
Yeah.
Well,
just
you know,
it's just-
I mean, they
it's-
he was getting he was just getting exploded up against that cage / bank of transformers.
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, that's the ticket.
Yeah, it's like almost like the shotgun was just pushing him into the power
Right.
grid.
Yeah, because
and
she had
that's-
flipped the light on, and
Right.
a giant light with a,
But I'm just saying,
as you have high voltage fence thing right
when,
next to
when
it.
you have the monster killing in, you can't have it be as lame as this is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty lame.
Yeah.
because he just kind of like takes the 3 little firecracker shots. I guess gets electrocuted by the high voltage thing behind him, and then just kind of slumps down. Mm-hmm. And then the dog, for whatever reason, like takes the teddy bear over to him.
Yeah.
And he's just like,
Well, they're brothers.
"Alas, Horatio,
Yes.
I'm going to die now."
Yeah, and Mark Singer's like, let's double tap this shit just to be sure.
Right.
And she's like, don't.
Yeah.
Just let them have their moment.
Oh, I forgot. He actually stabbed it. They thought there was the
Yeah,
first
yeah.
fake kill with the combat knife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the thing does the thing where Mark Singer's like, and the thing pops up behind him, and she's just like, meh.
yeah. And then it's the shotgun blast.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. And then it just kind of slumps over and dies, and they kind of start to huddle. Like they got the dog, and they're like walking away, and then all of a sudden it's credits. It's
Yeah.
like, I guess everything worked out.
Yeah. You still have another step
Yeah,
here. You
everything
kind of
was
need
great.
to, show the authorities this monster, because in most movies
He
that
still
thing's
has
just
to
going
clear his name.
Yeah, but in most movies that monster is just going to turn to goo and won't be a thing that's identifiable anymore, and you're still on the hook for multiple murders there, Mark
Right.
Singer. So
Whatever.
hope it
all
works out for
yeah.
you.
Yeah. All the best to you.
Yeah.
Hope there's a card for that.
Good luck with
Sorry,
clearing your
genetically
name.
engineered monster killed your ex-wife and a bunch of other people.
Yeah. But hey, your dog can
and
type.
You weren't unable to clear your name. Get well
The
soon.
dog can type. That's important.
But
Thinking of you.
Yeah.
yes. Good luck on Donahue
No.
with your typing dog.
Here's a sunset and some people on the beach.
Yep.
Yep. No Stargrove in this one.
No.
It's your standard synth soundtrack from about that time.
Pretty
Yep.
terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing remarkable about it.
No.
So shall we rate it?
Let's.
Should.
I'm going to say 2 jocks. I think it's all right. I think Mark Singer's a lot of fun in this. The dog is great.
Mm-hmm.
But Mark Singer's reactions to so many things are so good. And I never realized his voice is like the poor man's Kevin Bacon.
Huh.
Little bit.
Whenever he's speaking, he's got a Kevin Bacon thing going on. But
Mhm.
I liked him a lot in this, and I like the dog a lot in this. And 2 jocks. But I mean, the problem is the monster's terrible looking, and they show way too much of it. And it's one of those cases where it's like you're supposed to be building sympathy for the thing, kind of. By the way it ends, at least it seems like that was their intention.
Right.
But that's one of those things that works better on the page rather than when you're actually filming it in a low budget situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just takes way too long to build up that sort of thing, especially in a movie like this, because they do a pretty good job in the movie eventually of in the last third of the book, sort of building some sympathy, and you can do that when you have 300 pages to work
Yeah.
with, but when you have 20 minutes and you got a bunch of other shit to do, like kill the fucking monster and possibly kill the Indian guy in the wheelchair, it's just
Yeah.
not going to happen.
But that's the problem too, is the kills are just lame.
Yeah.
They're not really fun. I mean, it's kind of the most interesting one is the severed head in the toilet, but
It's not a kill that you even see. It's just you see the aftermath, though.
yeah.
So.
And it's, I don't know, that kind of feels a little bit weird because we get to see boobies, but we don't get to see any really good kills. We get some blood splatter, but
Yeah.
that's just
Yeah.
about it.
It's cheaper to film aftermath than it is
Yeah, and there really aren't that many effects in this movie at all, except for the sagging skin 90-year-old monster suit.
Yeah, good
But-
stuff.
So what's your rating?
I'll give it a couple jocks, a pair of jocks. It's a pair of jocks.
2 jocks are
2 jockses. Yeah, one for the dog and one for Mark Singer. Trying to figure out how to act with a dog.
You should have experience.
No, he's worked with ferrets and hawks and shit. Never had to work with something as simple as a dog.
Right.
This is beneath me.
But no, both of those things were pretty good. I'm learning to very much appreciate the dog training in these movies, and they do a really good job in this one. as usual. It seems like in these movies, there's just like a billion really well trained dogs out there, and they're just begging Wolf to do movies.
Nice.
But it's a lot of fun, and Bark Singer just like, oh well, where in the well is he?
Yeah. Yeah, he's on board pretty quick.
Totally on board.
Yeah.
So I liked that. It was fun.
I'm gonna give it 1 Jocks. Obviously it's a weird thing to say it's not as good as the First Watchers, because thinking back, I don't remember really thinking the First Watchers was outstanding, but I know we all kind of liked it, and kind of comparing this to that movie seems leaps and bounds better than it had things happen in it. Mm-hmm. I do like Mark Singer. I don't understand the career path of Mark Singer.
I don't think Mark Singer understands the career path.
It's not like he was a huge star or anything, but he was kind of iconic, and, the Beastmaster was huge, and V was huge, and he kind of seemed like he was going to be sort of a guy who would do bigger things, but he just got into this Roger Corman factory and made just a bunch of these things. Mm-hmm. But the great thing about him is that in all of these things that I've seen, he is just 110% on board. He doesn't feel like he's, oh God, I got to do this grade Z.
Yeah, he never acts like he's above the material.
Yeah, I mean, he is 100% like, whatever you want me to do to make this look as threatening or as real as possible, I will do it. I will be terrified of this thing. I will act like this is the most powerful monster in the world. So, yeah, I mean, Mark Singer's good. The dog is good. The rest of the movie's junk. Kind of junky.
Yeah, and I think for that reason, I mean, I've been kind of teetering on a couple of ratings, but I have to settle actually on a single bag. It barely goes in the don't recommend, and that's the things that keep it above anything lower are, Mark Singer is fully committed, the dog is well trained, the gearing up montage is pretty awesome, the bad scientist guy is kind of committed to doing the evil scientist thing. He never, goes into full maniacal mode, which I would have liked to have seen, because to me in a movie like this, if you can't afford sets and you can't afford crazy action or a good monster suit or whatever, make up for it in acting. Overact the fuck out of it. He should have just been I am Dr. Evil Nick, and I'm going to destroy everything with my sciencing.
Yeah.
He should have been just playing up the popsicle thing, and everything just should have been, he should have been dagdating everywhere.
Yeah.
And nobody really, besides Mark Singer, really cared all that much, it seemed like. And so, the rubber monster suit was terrible. And
well, I think trying to make the monster sympathetic and then trying to make the dude sympathetic, you can't have both.
Yeah.
You got to have one or the other be pure evil.
Right.
So
yeah, I don't know. It's there were some good things, but not enough to keep it above board.
Okay.
Yeah, and that guy I think was played by Jonathan Farwell.
Oh, was that Farwell?
That guy I think was played by Jonathan Farwell, and Timothy Marlowe is a kid named Jason, which I don't think there was a kid in this movie.
It might have been the kid with the hooker.
Why is he listed first in the credits above anyone else on IMDb?
Who the hell knows?
Maybe it's him.
Maybe Timothy Marlowe has a good agent.
Well, I'm saying maybe he edited it and no one ever bothered to come back and fix it.
Yeah.
Who knows? There was somebody we had in a movie recently, and I was like, holy shit, the bio on IMDb was written by that person.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember who it was, but...
I remember that where it was celebrated for his realistic style.
Yeah.
And
it was somebody actually fairly well known. It was how the hell did nobody ever look at this and go, what the shit?
Yeah. Anyway.
Self-aggrandizing. IMDb profiles.
Yeah.
Anyway, shall we take a break?
Okay,
Let's.
Okay. Right. Break.
Right.
Snap.
Thanks. Thanks, guy.
Sure.
Yeah. Break.
Second half. Good one.
Ooh, you just shot that dog thing?
I had to double tap it. I didn't want to go.
Gotta put it down.
That's terrible.
So I must not have hit something right because the first 5 minutes I didn't record right.
Cool.
Yeah. So I got a little bit of...
The entire show?
No, the first 5 minutes of the show. I looked down and it was not recording for some reason. I must not have hit both buttons. Huh?
Are you going to snatch it off the tube?
I have to, I guess. Yeah.
That's why we got that back.
Unless you want to redo the intro-y bit and then I can take it from there. Because then it'll good, bad, good.
I can just take it off YouTube.
All right.
Yeah.
It's only
YouTube's
gonna
not
be a couple
horrible,
minutes, I think.
but
I wasn't very far in.
we can probably record it. Hey guys, this audio is going to get a lot better in about 5 minutes, so stand by. Matter of fact, you can use that.
Okay, thanks.
There you go. It's all recorded now.
Yep.
So you got 3 movies for the second half.
New movies.
You got any, Chuck?
I got 3 movies.
Man, you guys got movies. I got 1. I'll be brief with it, of course.
I'm really only going to talk in detail about one.
Well, one of them, obviously, I'm going to be very brief on because
We talked. Yeah. We done talked it.
Yeah. 2 of mine are real quick.
All right. Like how he has a battery pack bigger than his actual phone.
Yeah.
Charging his phone. I don't know what they're singing.
Who knows?
I doubt people can hear that, but. Oh, man. Woo. Man.
Yeah.
Woo.
You all right?
2 podcasts in 2 nights.
Yeah.
I need sleep, man.
Yeah, I'm kind of tired.
Because I get home and I can't go to sleep right away, and
Yeah.
it's not good.
So I end up just driving around.
But I think the ordeal with my ceilings is officially done.
Well, that's good news.
Aside from cutting them the check, which is going to not feel good at all. But yeah, so now I don't have to worry about that anymore.
Good job.
Yeah. And I'm going to be like, we're not doing any house projects for a day.
Sweet respite.
Yeah, it's going to be great. Play some Dark Souls, maybe. Just kidding.
God damn it.
Actually, no, I just need to get that extra 75 points and then I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
So it's basically an
What?
hour session. And
It's what they all say.
no, trust me, I'm ready to be done with that game.
Mm-hmm.
But you know how it is when you get close to the end of an achievement and you're like, I can't give up now.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Lego Star Wars 2 was for me, where I was just like hate playing it by the end. I was just like, why are you making me do this so many times, you fucking game?
I did that with NHL 2K6.
Yeah.
There's one achievement in there that was glitched. Like you could do it, but sometimes it just wouldn't pop.
Mm.
And that's one of those 5 achievement games where it's just 5 200-point achievements.
Oh, God.
And
Yeah,
I was
all
like,
the 2K6 ones were
yeah.
like that.
And I was like, this is not worth it, but I'm not going to stop doing this. It's a 200-point achievement. I should have had it already, so.
Yeah, that's how so many of those pinball ones have been for me, where it's like, no, I thought I did everything you asked me to do. Why isn't it come up yet?
Yeah.
And then it's like I'd fail, and then I'd be like, maybe I could do that one again. One more run. I got to figure it out. Yeah, that's really dumb.
Totally dumb. Super dumb.
But yeah, that's pretty cool. True Achievements is getting their own app.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
like kind of crazy to think about, because that's just like community dudes who
Yeah.
put a thing together. But
I think they'll probably throw some money at them and,
yeah, well, I wonder how long they've been working with Microsoft, considering they were the first ones to be able to pull like Xbox One challenges out.
Yeah.
And Xbox One achievements. And I wonder if that was what made Microsoft go, yeah, we should probably be working with these guys if they figured this shit out this quickly.
Well, and I think, too, someone probably said, look, this thing that was popular in the last generation, people have suddenly said, fuck it.
Yeah.
You've buried this stuff behind so many layers that no one can even figure it out.
Yeah.
We got to do something here. Because, I mean, love them or hate them, a lot of people played a lot of games for points.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah,
How many games
and
have we
now
played
it's-
for points? How invested were we in the ecosystem of the 360 because of fucking achievements?
Oh, God, yeah.
So
I have so few games that were just like cross-platform.
Yeah.
I have so few that were PS3.
Yep.
Because it was like, why would I get them there?
Yeah. I have
I
no
have to use
achievements
that
there.
controller I don't like.
Yeah. It's trophies.
I don't
Who gives a fuck?
I don't get cheese.
Yeah. I want sweet cheese.
Yeah.
So.
But I hope, because I mean, like even in the app, when it's like, oh, Chuck unlocked some achievement in Titanfall, let me click it. It's like, would you like to buy Titanfall? It's like, no, I
No.
just want to know what that
Show me the
was.
goddamn achievement.
Yeah.
I think those are still broken.
Yeah. That's just, it's still amazing how you can miss your target audience so thoroughly
Yeah.
with that.
Yeah.
After figuring it out. I don't
Well,
get it.
Well, I mean, I still don't even get the whole Avatar thing. It cost them hardly anything to make all the Avatar sweaters and all that bullshit, and they just threw those things away.
Yeah.
That revenue stream, they just pissed it away for nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just digital trinkets. It was absolutely nothing.
And it made them money.
Yeah, and they threw it away. They just buried it. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, I wouldn't know where to find it. Of course, I don't know where to find anything without telling it.
The only
Xbox,
place I think
do
you can
this.
see an avatar is on your profile page. And fuck if I know how to even get to my profile page. Who else
Yeah.
would go and I want to go see his avatar?
Well, it was just sad using the 360 again and just immediately being able to do everything I wanted to do
Yep.
and go all the places I wanted to go to find stuff. I was
Yep.
like, this is really nice. Like, I know where to find all the games to clear out the ones I don't need installed on my hard drive.
Mm-hmm.
Do everything. It's great. And then they busted it.
Yeah. Son of a bitch.
Have they said anything about PlayStation redesigning their interface at
Mhm.
all? I've
They're-
heard some stuff people had talked about, like a 2.0 update.
Yeah, but I think it's just features.
Yeah. So it's
That was the point in the stream
so
where
it's still going to be like just keep scrolling to the right, and eventually
Probably.
you'll find your game you want.
Yeah, but in the network presentation of their press conference, that's when the stream
It crashed
died. Yeah, they were like, and our network.
because I'm probably going to get PlayStation TV just so I can
Yeah,
set it up in a different.
I
room.
hear they talked about that, but I don't
Yeah.
know what they said.
Lame.
Totes lame.
Oh. See what's going on in the chat. Nothing. Nothing. Chat's dead, man. Sweet. Whoa, you just hiss at me, cat? Fuck. What's your deal? Yeah, it's quiet night.
Yep.
I don't know why people get so much more animated in the no quarters chats.
I don't know.
It's because they're pent up for a month, waiting to
Yeah, they just unleash.
yeah, waiting to
Oh God.
waiting to be like, God, you idiots, what are you talking about?
all the podcast talk.
Yes, Watchers 2. When you search for Watchers 2 on Letterboxd, you get Les El Cadok 2. Alternative titles, Watchers 2.
Oh, okay, good.
Weird.
Two watchers.
Don't look back or you'll never see anything again.
What?
That's the tagline.
That's terrible.
It is. Buy on disc from $112.99 on Amazon US.
It's a good deal.
$112.99.
Great deal. Bargain.
Available from these sellers: 10 new from $96.92, 18 used from $25.49.
Uh-huh.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Okay. And so she got everybody's tens or something. Right?
she just fucked it all up. Everybody's fucking it all up.
I had to learn how to not piss him off at blackjack.
Who, you?
Him, yeah.
When was this?
Everyone in Biloxi, Mississippi.
I didn't piss him off at blackjack.
No.
I was
Oh,
thinking when it did.
people in Biloxi
Never
were
know.
pissing you off?
Retarded. All the
They
stupid,
steal- they steal
all the
your
stupid
aces
people
and stuff.
all the stupid people that used to go to Vegas and mess up blackjack now just stay in their home states.
Oh, good.
But apparently you can go to New Orleans and
I did all right there. There were some compulsive gamblers there, so I felt at home.
You were with your people.
oh, I forgot my beverage.
Jesus. You
Shut
should really get your beverage.
Don't bring Jesus
I
into
just
this.
got lucky. I just sat at a table. I watched them for a minute. I usually watch a table before I sit down, but there were like too few tables for as many players as there were in Biloxi. Like they were funneling me into a table that was playing the least shitty.
Nice.
Yeah. Because, yeah, normally in Vegas or whatever, you're just like, I'm having bad luck at this table, get the fuck up and go to another one. There's
Right.
5 others that I can sit at.
It's
But
really
not in
weird.
Biloxi. They only have a table.
No, it was a big place. They had a bunch of tables that they didn't have dealers at. I don't know why.
Just go sit down at one of the tables without a dealer.
Should have. Just be like, I'll be here.
Bring me your money.
Bring me a complimentary dealer.
Man, the dudes who wrote Watchers 2 also wrote The Net,
Yeah.
also wrote The Game,
Yeah.
also wrote Terminator 3 Rise of the Machines, also wrote Catwoman,
Oh.
also wrote Terminator Salvation.
What?
Yeah.
So, fuck those people is what we're saying.
They don't have a good track record for movies. The Game I like. The Game is dumb, but it's dumb in a fun way.
Oh, that game. Oh, the David Fincher game.
Yeah. Just an interesting little bit of trivia there for you people.
All right. Hey, should we do a second half?
Yep.
All right, cool. Clap it in. Somebody. All right, welcome back.
Hey, second half.
Yeah.
BMFcast second half.
BMFcasty time.
Movie.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some their movies.
Yeah,
Aw.
you saw some movies.
I saw some movies in the theater.
Wow.
Tell
Yeah,
us about those.
I'd say you
movies.
trumped the rest of us then.
3
Probably.
of them,
Whoa.
in fact. So to follow up, because I wasn't here last week, I also saw Guardians of the Galaxy.
Congratulations.
But I saw it in the OG Alamo Draft House, the original.
Congratulations.
What?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Good
that
job,
Was, that was
sir.
awesome. The Alamo Ritz.
Balls.
Yeah, that movie's awesome. I fucking love that movie so much. And the Alamo experience made it kind of even better because of the dumb shit they were showing before it happened. They were showing weird YouTube raccoon clips and a trailer for Ice Pirates and things like that. Star Crash
Ice Pirates.
trailer, too.
Good.
Yeah.
Which I was probably one of the only people in the theater that as soon as it started was like, ooh, Star Crash. Probably not. Maybe not. I say that most times when I'm at a theater, but maybe not with this crowd.
Yeah.
But
Did
yeah.
Christopher Plummer sell that trailer?
He did eventually, but I recognized it right away. I was like, that's Star Crash.
Mm-hmm.
And anyway, do I have anything to add to Guardians of the Galaxy? No, it was just fucking great. Like I don't everything you said. I mean, I listened to the episode, so everything you said is pretty much spot on.
Walt did mention that it's so good
Yeah, I want to.
a couple times.
I want to see it again.
Yeah, I kind of do too. Did you watch it? Does the Alamo even do 3D, or are they just like
They do. No,
fuck
they
it,
do.
2D?
They do. I did not.
Okay.
I didn't see any of the 3 movies I saw in 3D. I think only 2 of them were available in that way.
Yeah.
Next, I really just kind of wanted to keep on the Alamo experience, so I was like, I'm going to go see almost anything. I just want to check out other Alamo draft houses. So the next one I went to the Alamo Village, which I think is the second one they ever made, and I saw Lucy, the Scarlett Johansson
Luc Besson.
Luc Besson movie.
Some people only use 10% of their brain.
Yeah, and she gets to all 100 eventually.
Whoa.
Yeah. Okay, so Lucy's a weird movie. Like I think I liked it for the most part. Besson has a tendency to do awful things to his female characters and then have them redeem themselves, which is something that I think a lot of people picked up on early on and liked a lot, especially La Femme Nikita being the prototypical example. Fifth Element, not awful things happen to her, but she's kind of a badass the whole movie. I mean, they put her in faux peril early on, but
Yeah.
I mean, continued on in like the Joan of Arc movie and all that stuff. But anyway, so Lucy, back to that. I mean, it's back to that formula. It's very much in that La Femme Nikita mold because the early part of this movie is like some kind of awful shit is happening to Scarlett Johansson in the beginning of this movie, and it's like almost uncomfortable. Like it's like okay, I get
Back
it.
off.
Yeah, I got it. Back off. Leave her alone. And then like once the interesting thing about like where the La Femme Nikita is always like she kind of like remains kind of vulnerable throughout the whole movie. I mean, she'll turn on the badass switch and kick ass in certain scenes, but like she never really stops being kind of like a I don't want to be here, woman in peril sort of throughout the whole movie. She always kind of keeps that innocent side. It's weird in this one because like she never has to do badass kung fu things. It's like very early on, it's like I will destroy you with my brain, and so like there's not like they showed a couple scenes in the trailer. It's like for like 5 minutes she has to like do cool action things, and then after that it's just like I'm in the fucking Matrix and I will destroy you with my brain and levitate you and things like that. So I don't know. I enjoyed the movie overall. It felt mildly schizophrenic because like it felt like it didn't quite know if it wanted to be an action movie or a sci-fi movie, and it never really fully committed to one or the other. But I still think it's worth a watch. I mean, Morgan Freeman's like kind of barely in the movie, which was kind of weird to bill him as highly bill him as they did, and then he kind of doesn't. He's really very sidelined, maybe even more than like the Batman movies. But yeah, I don't know. It's probably a video. I would say watch it on video.
I will watch it.
It has a cool car chase, and I'm really not sure where real car chase versus CGI was, which is saying a good bit. Yeah. Like some of it felt really fucking crazy and CGI'd, and then but at the same time, it was like that might have been real. Like
guy might have died.
Yeah, I mean, I was like, even though that was really it was like so fantastical in points that I was like, that has to be CGI. And then it was like, if that's CGI, that's so damn real, it might not have been. So good job there. But all right, and the final movie, I went and saw Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh God.
Oh no! Did it rape your childhood?
Oh, totally. I am destroyed forever and evermore. Nothing. I will never be able to watch another movie. No,
it has ruined the comics and the
everyone's
TV show.
Grandparents on fire.
Yeah,
and also raped all the dogs.
August.
Guess what? I liked it. Like a lot.
You're not supposed to like it.
You must be a terrible person.
They gave the turtles teeth and noses.
Yeah,
this is horrible.
You're only supposed to pay your money for it and then hate it. That's the only way.
Okay.
So is the common complaint I've heard about it is it's an April O'Neil movie and not a Ninja Turtles movie.
That is not the complaint I've heard about it.
Well,
that's the first time I've heard that.
I've heard it a bunch of times.
Well, all right. Okay, so it's a little strange to see Megan Fox try to carry a movie. I don't think anyone would argue that she is famous for her acting abilities. Anyone who saw Jennifer's Body goes, did we really need her headlining a movie? No, probably not. But to her credit, she does all right. I mean, she's not redefining acting, but she doesn't bring it down by doing the Jennifer Body's deadpan acting that she did in that movie. So, and the interesting thing about it is April O'Neil was always kind of this sideline character of she's the person that discovers the Ninja Turtles, but then it's all right, get in the background, April. Turtles are going to do turtle man fighting here, and the way they rewrote this is
turtle man fighting.
This integrates her character into the origin story of the Ninja Turtles, where she's very pivotal to the reason they even exist, and they craft a very interesting little yarn there that modernizes the story, but doesn't wholly just go fuck you fans of the original. It's it works. I thought for a modernization, it took it as realistic as you could possibly go without being okay, that's just a little too goofy realistic. I don't know. I just enjoyed it. I think if you kind of sort of mildly turn your brain off, it's a lot of good fun. I still think the character designs are kind of dumb. I mean, I wouldn't argue with that. Anybody that says that, I mean, I still think it's a little weird and dumb and creepy looking. It could have been worse. They make a great joke to how it could have been worse in the middle of the movie. And I thought it was fun. I took my niece and nephew to it. We sat in an Alamo Draft House. We ate pizza, watching the Ninja Turtles, and fuck you, that's fun.
Cowabunga, dude. That's awesome.
Fuck you, that's fun.
Fuck you.
That's
fun.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Poster quote.
So you liked it.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually think I would probably watch it again. I mean, Will Arnett's a hell of a lot of fun in it. When is he generally not?
Yeah.
And William Fichtner is in it, so...
Bill Fichtner.
Bill Fichtner.
Yeah. I had fun with it.
Beef Fick.
And fucking Whoopi Goldberg's in it. I had no idea.
What?
Yeah.
I prefer to call him Beefy.
Whoopi Goldberg's in it. She shows up. I was like, "Holy shit, Whoopi Goldberg!
She playing herself.
You're kind of large and getting older."
Yeah, she was in Theodore Rex.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah.
Was she wearing an unflattering
leather bodysuit?
No. It's just
she's just Whoopi being Whoopi.
She's in that Y stage of the Oprah arc. Yeah.
Oh.
And her hair just doesn't help. Like it's just like God whoop, you're large. I'm just saying.
Whoopi,
I'm not disparaging her. It's just like I mean,
Whoopi.
she's getting older.
Yeah. Yeah, Whoopi.
Anyway.
So did she play Splinter?
Yes. Yes, she did.
Man.
I ain't no rat. Yeah. No.
No,
Well-
she was Shredder.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah. I watch the movies on
I'm glad somebody enjoyed it.
my television.
Oh, and
Yeah.
and I have to. One last thing about that, the very last Alamo Drafthouse. I just have to point out the name of it. It's called Slaughter Lane, which I just think is fucking. I mean, there's a fact that's awesome. There's a,
Better have a slaughter poster in the lobby.
I didn't notice one. I should have looked around more, but I had,
Slaughter Lane.
I had kids. I was
Get
carting
on it.
around. I was like, come on, let's not embarrass ourselves. But I mean, there's a street named Slaughter.
It's pretty good.
I saw a bus go by and it said Slaughter. Fuck yeah.
Slaughter's bus.
I was like fumbling with. I was like trying to get my phone out. I was like, I must take a picture. Slaughter bus. Get on the slaughter bus.
No.
Yes.
You do not want to be on that
It's going
bus.
to take you to awesome places.
I don't know. It's Texas, so yeah.
So, what'd you watch, Chuck?
I watched 3 movies. 2 of them new to Blu-ray, and one it's been out a while. So we've talked about the Lego Movie, which I finally watched, and I went into that fully expecting it to be good. I came out of it feeling it was absolutely great. Just totally taken aback at how well done that movie is. Just fantastic.
Yep.
Just loved it.
Pretty good.
Then I watched Bad Words, the Jason Bateman movie.
I almost saw that in the theater and then didn't make it out that weekend.
Let me review it in a way you will understand.
Okay.
Mackie, you will hate Bad Words.
Okay. All right.
That
Then
is
I
my
will
review
do
of
it.
Bad Words.
Explain why I will hate it.
Well, imagine your hatred of all the characters on Arrested Development all mushed into Jason Bateman.
Yep, I would hate that movie.
The things that he does and the situations he's in would drive you insane. You would just be
I
like,
think until you got to the end of the movie,
yeah, but
I maybe still not redeemable.
it's
enough.
kind of one of those movies that it goes so far
Yeah.
over the line that it's just like, I don't care what your motivation is. That kind of sucks.
Sure, yeah.
So I thought there were bits of it that were really funny. There were some scenes that were really good. There were some scenes that were just like, this is not appropriate. This is really awkward and shouldn't be happening in a movie I'm watching. So yeah. And then I watched Need for Speed.
Ooh.
Need for Speed
It's
is
got Jesse in it.
Yeah, not good.
Bad word,
Hey,
Chuck.
What are you
Not
saying
good.
there?
It's
Chuck?
just, well, first of all, it's 2 hours and 15 minutes.
Whoa.
That's
Sounds like they needed to speed it up.
They had a need for editing.
Am I
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. It actually comes to a conclusion. We were like, that was pretty good. Wait, there's 45 more minutes.
Oh,
Because
the sneaky fourth act.
the second act is Need for Speed The Run.
Yeah.
It's like, we've got to get cross country in 45 hours.
Nice.
And there's just chaos getting from one coast to the other.
45 minutes to do it?
Yeah. You know, compressed into a,
I
you know.
gotcha.
Yeah.
And when that ends, you're like, fuck yeah, that was pretty great. And then you're like, oh no, now they got to do the thing that they were going over there to do. Ugh. I mean, this kind of goes back to like why I don't like the first 4 Fast and Furious movies is because I think street racing is a bunch of horseshit and people who are just out there almost doing attempted murder just so they can win the prestige of winning their stupid car race. Fuck all those people. And that's kind of what this movie is for most of it. It's just like, my car's fast. No, mine is. Well, let's go out on the freeway and murder everyone and I'll show you. Eh. So I can't get behind anybody in this movie because people are dying. And it's like, I don't give a shit about your petty little problems. You're out there murdering people for your pride. Fuck off. I don't
Wow.
care. But then randomly, this movie has Michael Keaton in a room by himself the entire time doing like a vlog, like a webcast of something, just spouting out car bullshit. And it's like, was this an afterthought? Did Michael Keaton like wander by the set and they were like, Michael Keaton's available. Sit him down in this chair and let
Is
him...
it something that feels like if you cut it out of the movie would not change?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because there's a point where characters reference his character and they say, nobody knows who he is. Now, this entire movie, they've been watching him on a screen talking to them. It's like a nationwide video broadcast, but there's a line of dialogue where someone actually says, "No one knows who he is." What?
They obviously don't have facial recognition.
That's who he is.
The Need for Speed,
Run
he's
the
Batman.
Google reverse image search.
He says who he is. He
that's
says his
Batman.
name.
Speaking of names, is there a Razor Callahan in the movie?
No. Not
No.
that I saw. Unless it was on one of the 50 million iPad screens that they have in all their cars. And
So there's no Razor Callahan.
Not
No
that I-
Razor Callahan, no movie, doesn't
Yep.
count.
there were
Does not
plenty,
count as a Need for
over.
Speed movie.
plenty of opportunities to work it in there somehow, some way, because there were plenty of asshole douchebag racers in this movie, and just one of them could have been that guy, but just wasn't him. But now they do hit a bunch of Need for Speed tropes. Like during like the police chases, it's like call in the blockers, and then all the SUVs
Yeah.
roll in, and there's like hit the EMP, and it's like throw down the spike sticks. It's like, okay, this is kind of making me want to play Need for Speed, but I mean, there's some spectacular car crashes in that.
Yeah.
Like again, I'm kind of wondering the line between CG and what they were actually destroying on set. There's some stuff that's in there that's pretty good for like car stunts, but for the most
Good.
part, man, what just boo.
What just
Bummer.
boo?
Yeah, I mean, it's not even good in a dumb way. It never reaches that level of. There's a scene where it's just like, okay, this is dumb, I'm on board, and then after that they ruin it. So
Sorry.
it's a shame.
So BJ,
Yep.
you watch anything?
Nope.
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 Okay.
Mackie,
I saw one thing.
what'd you see?
I saw Mr. Woodcock
Oh God.
featuring Stifler and Billy Bob Thornton.
Really?
Because my boss was like, "This movie's great. You guys need to watch it." And
Never
said
listen to
it's
your
hilarious.
boss.
Yeah. And so he loaned us the movie, and
It's one of those obligation movies where it's like, this is so funny, you have to watch it, and then come back to me and tell me how funny it is.
yeah, that next day didn't go well. 'Cause,
You
I
couldn't
think
lie for the sake of your job.
No, fuck no.
All right.
I'm not gonna lie to the man. He's gonna keep giving me shit comedies if I do. So yeah. So he
You're gonna love School for Scoundrels.
yeah. So that movie, it
Hall-
falls.
Hall Pass. That was fucking terrible.
And Drill Bit
It,
Taylor.
it falls under that that category of movie where there's a bully / antagonist character that never gets his comeuppance, and nobody believes that he's a bully or anything, and basically thinks that that your quote unquote hero, your protagonist character, is an asshole.
Oh, so it's every Ben Stiller movie.
Kind of
Okay.
where it's just kind of like everyone thinks that this guy's an asshole and he's just embarrassing himself throughout the movie. And
That's the worst.
and the antagonist never gets his comeuppance, and the hero actually ends up helping him by the end of the movie. It's one of those movies,
Okay.
and those movies drive me utterly insane because it's just like, fuck everybody in this universe that you've created. Fuck them all, because I fucking hate all of them. And it's the case of like turning you against the protagonist eventually because he's just done so many stupid and irrational things, and and it's not funny. That's the big problem. I laughed at one physical comedy joke involving a treadmill, which is great because any joke where somebody goes flat on their face and gets launched off a treadmill.
Oh,
is
that's
gonna
in all the
work for me.
trailers.
Yeah.
That's like the one thing I remember from that. Yeah.
And that's such a good shot that they have with him doing that. But aside from that, and then there's a couple things way late in the movie, but otherwise, yeah,
Too little, too late.
don't bother. And it's weird. Like apparently there were extensive reshoots. This director went on, crap, now I can't remember what it was. He went on to make something that was like really well regarded a few years later. But the director of Wedding Crashers came in and reshot a bunch of stuff like after this guy had finished up.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to know what changed, but not curious enough to try and find out.
Was there commentary on the DVD?
No, this was actually like he gets all his stuff from Movie Stop or whatever, so it's all old Blockbuster videos.
Oh.
So there were 8 trailers at the start of this disc.
Yeah.
8.
Eh.
I had to hit next 8 times before I finally got to the menu. But yeah, this guy Craig Gillespie is the name of him.
Uh-huh.
And he eventually went on to make Fright Night, the Fright Night remake, which
Oh, yeah.
a lot of people like.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Yeah. So it's a weird thing, but yeah, there is nothing. I really didn't find anything redeeming about this.
Yeah.
But it was a very weird companion piece almost to Pushing Tin.
Oh, yeah.
In that it's kind of like Except imagine if Billy Bob in that movie had actually done something to John Cusack.
Right. Had actually been the antagonist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That this is kind of like what that movie would end up being. So, yeah, don't bother. Do you guys want some emails?
I want emails.
I thought of one other movie I watched. If you want me to talk about it briefly.
Yeah, well, I pulled
Sure.
up
While he pulls up emails. What is it?
I don't know why it didn't occur to me. I saw Muppets Most Wanted.
Oh, Muppets Most Wanted.
Yeah, Muppets
2.
7 or something.
Sure.
I don't know. It's a number. They reference something about the fact that the numbering sequence of the Muppet movies make no sense. It's a super self-referential movie, full of cameos. None of it adds up to be anywhere near as clever as the first one.
Figured. I figured taking Jason Segel out of the mix was probably...
Yeah, it's like, it's not bad, and like Tina Fey is awesome, and just lost his name.
Phil Dunphy.
Yeah, Phil Dunphy. Lost his name, don't know his name, but
Yep.
yeah. I mean, they're good in it and things like that, but it's like somehow it just none of it never comes together fully and works completely.
My understanding is that you could tell how much Jason Segel loved the Muppets in that first movie, and that these people are just there to be in the movie, and they don't have that love and reference for
I think
the
Tina
series.
Fey does. I mean, I think Tina Fey and God damn it,
Ricky Gervais.
Yes, Ricky Gervais. I mean, like the main people do it, and some of the cameos are awesome. Like, I mean, like the Russian prison just is amazing because it's Ray Liotta, Danny Trejo, and Jermaine Clement completing the Flight of the Conchords Muppets thing because Brett what's his name? Brett Elson. Who's the guy that? The other one.
Yes.
Brett McKenzie. Yes, Brett Easton Elson.
Yes. American Psycho.
American Psycho, who won an Oscar for writing the songs for... Brett McKenzie won the Oscar for writing the Muppets movie.
And you're thinking of Ty Burrell, by the way.
Ty Burrell, thank you.
Yeah. Phil Dunphy.
Yeah, I know.
That
helps
Dawn
if you
of
keep
the Dead.
saying his... God damn. But no, like everything in the Russian prison with those guys is just like... It's just fucking awesome to see Ray Liotta running around and singing and dancing and Danny Trejo and whatnot. But I mean...
Well, I wouldn't say that Danny Trejo was there for his love of Muppets. I have a feeling he was there for his love of a paycheck.
Money? Yeah, sure.
Of a meal. Because that dude is in fucking everything.
Yeah, I know. It's still worth watching if you're a fan of the Muppets.
Okay.
I'm just saying don't expect the last movie.
I've already kind of braced myself for it's not going to be as good as the revival of it, but
There's still some really interesting meta moments in the movie.
Okay.
So, especially considering it starts where the last movie ends.
Okay.
Like, literally. Like,
I mean, does it start with them realizing that, okay, this crowd of people loving us really doesn't help us, so we still lost the movie theater?
and yeah, that they're extras. Okay. Like, they're in mid-song, and then, like, they put their hands down, they're like, everybody just kind of walks away, and they're like, well, they were extras.
Okay, great.
Yeah, so, like, it has moments of greatness, and
It's pretty good.
Yeah. And they have, like, faux Jason Segel and what's-her-face for walk away. Amy
nice.
Adams, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I guess they couldn't even get him for a cameo or whatever. Anyway, that's all. Watch it. It's just not as good.
Okay.
All right.
Same director.
That's weird.
Interesting. Anyway, first email we got up is from Scott from Dallas.
Hey.
Who says, man, it's been a while. Says, greetings,
Been a while.
Spamcasters. Been a while. I recently found a YouTube playlist full of trailers for movies from a film studio that was a spin-off of Canon Films, and I think almost every one of these movies is Bamfcast worthy. I noted which ones look great, and I'm currently trying to track them down to verify. I'll let you know how they are when I see them, but I'm afraid that might result in a letter recommending about a dozen movies. Speaking of recommending movies, I'm definitely going to add my voice to the pile recommending The Substitute. Holy shit, that movie. The only reason I never recommended it before is because I was convinced you guys had to have seen that movie before. It's got Ernie Hudson. It's got the result of a fusion between Gary Oldman and crazy Gary Busey, and it's a lot like Only the Strong if Mark Dacascos' character had no qualms with killing people left and right. It is a movie as enjoyable as it is racist, and it is pretty damn racist. By the way, Chuck, check out 1994's The Parole Violators. I'm not going to even attempt to guarantee you an enjoyable experience out of it, but I can guarantee that at least one update to your worst film scenes of all time archive. Crash and Burn, Scott from Dallas, like the TV show.
That movie's come up before, Parole Violators. I feel like someone's recommended that movie to us. So he didn't tell us what studio it was that spun off of Canon Films?
I did not.
Thanks, guy.
Apparently he's saving that for the next
all right.
email.
Oh.
So.
I wonder if it's PM Entertainment. Because we have a bunch of they just made nothing but action movies.
Yeah.
So we have a bunch of them, but we haven't watched any.
But I'm in for a movie where if Mark Dacascos had no qualms about killing everybody. Yeah,
Yeah,
that sounds pretty good.
What
And
I
Ernie
recall,
Hudson.
what I recall of The Substitute was it kind of comes across as one of those like trouble kids movies, and the guy's going to come in and clean it up, but he comes in to clean it up by beating their asses.
Yeah.
He doesn't like teach them Shakespeare or any of that shit. He just hits them in the face with his briefcase.
Fuck yeah, that's my kind of movie.
Yeah, he's not there for
Solving problems with violence. That's what I enjoy.
that. Yeah. So
All right. Next one up is from BJ's favorite, Yuri.
Hey, Jerry.
Yep. Says, with great... Yuri says, with great responsibility and shit, not Spider-Man related. Says, about a year ago, I suggested that for the first week of September, the start of the football season, you guys watch a film starring some old NFL guy. And you guys did. You watched a movie starring former Seattle Seahawks linebacker Brian Bosworth.
Mm-hmm.
And then what happened? Fucking Seattle wins the championship. So I think I can safely say that you guys have the power to pick NFL champions based on what movie you guys start the regular season with.
Mm-hmm.
So you should do a movie starring a former NFL guy this September as well, just to be sure. If you want to continue with linebackers, well, there's always former Oakland Raiders linebacker Carl Weathers. But no Jim Brown, because fuck that Manziel guy. No, you can't say fuck Johnny Football. Come
Johnny
on.
Football!
Johnny fucking Football.
Johnny Football.
Hey, is your last name Football? No, fuck you.
Yeah. What do you know about football? So, he
His
says,
last name is Football.
then on a completely unrelated note,
Also, there's no way any of our power could ever make the Raiders win anything.
No.
No, sorry. Says, then on a completely unrelated note, I'm a dog guy, but you got to do a cat movie or two at some point.
No.
Maybe not turn them into a month, Meowvember, but, you know, something at least. Watch like that Tippy
Furball
Hedren.
area.
He says, watch like that Tippy Hedren.
Oh, wait, we can't do February. Sorry.
What?
Nope.
I'm trying to
No.
come up with the cat thing.
Don't
Sorry.
you ever smirch.
Sorry.
But he says, watch that Tippy Hedren Melanie Griffith movie Roar from 1981. Chuck will tell you why that shit is fucked up. I mean, Jan DuPont got scalped and shit. Roar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That shit's fucked up, you
Have
guys.
you watched it?
Nope.
I figured that would have been one you might have reviewed.
No.
He says, and speaking to Chuck,
Yeah?
can't find his email right now, so forward this message to him.
Oh, no.
There are now 5, soon to be 6 movies in the Wrong Turn series. If you feel the need to do something like that for your October thingy, I'd recommend against it. Bang, 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 cheeseburger, bang, pow, Yuri.
Well,
So-
here, let me clap for you.
So don't watch Wrong Turn.
Don't take 5 wrong turns. Make it right.
No. And we got a real quick one from James.
Okay.
James does not say where he's from. He's just James.
Hi, Jim.
But he's James.
It's James Football.
James.
James Rugby.
Johnny's cousin. James says, back in action. Once
Okay.
Doggus is calm, get back on track with Heroes Shed No Tears by John Woo. Explosions galore. He sends a link to the trailer.
Okay.
All right.
Sure.
I don't know if we can do a John Woo movie for this.
People had probably heard us. I don't know. I mean,
We could
I
do
know.
well, okay.
We could do Broken
Yeah,
Arrow.
I was going to say, like, any of his American ones, pretty
Yeah.
much, yeah.
Face-
Especially the fucking Wind Talkers one. Jesus.
No, we can't do Wind Talkers.
Wind Talkers is terrible.
It's also 3 hours long.
Well, yeah, and that's the problem, too. So many movies are really long.
Yeah. Broken Arrow's pretty short.
What's the Van Damme one? Hard Target?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He punches a snake in
Yeah, snake punching.
it. It's like, hey, snake. Bap. I'm going to bop you on the head.
We do have 2 voicemails from the same address. Do we want to do them or save them for next time?
That's up to you.
I have not
Captain
I have not
Time
vetted
Man.
these. I know
Oh.
it's from sunny California, but I have not vetted either of them. Because he sent one and then sent a second one that transcript is not available. So
Oh,
he may
dear,
have
those are
called,
the best.
He may have called from a mountaintop again during a hurricane.
Uh-huh.
I'm pulling them up. Let's see. Oh, I have a transcript available, so here we go.
Well, for the first one, you have transcript available. The second
No,
one does
both.
not. Oh, really?
Yeah, they're both there.
Well, what the heck?
Play the first one.
Hey guys, this is Nils from Southern California. I'd like to make a Doggus movie recommendation. 1984's Monster Dog, starring a horribly dubbed Alice Cooper. So cheesy effects, cheesy 80s music videos. Then he films Alice Cooper running around shooting hillbillies with a shotgun. Should I believe following you little house? Watch or don't, but keep up the great work on the podcast. Crash and burn, Nils out.
Wish you weren't a liar. Ain't no sunny California.
I was reading the Google transcript. Sorry.
Oh.
I'll look that up,
But
but
it's Nils from California.
he didn't mention an actual dog.
Oh, he says hills of Southern California, according to Google.
Ah.
Hills.
But, yeah, I mean, Alice Cooper running around shooting rednecks, that's fine, but it's got to have a dog in it. not the title. It has to have an actual dog in it.
Oh.
So if there's like an actual monster
We are
dog,
setting very specific guidelines. for
yes,
dogs.
what's dogist?
Are we? Because Rock became kind of.
But that was fine. That does,
Was it? Oh.
Different months have different rules.
Do they?
This isn't Nom.
I think it kind of is. This is
throwing it out there
This is
now.
our nom.
Oh, is it dogist?
I'm voting on going back to horror movies in October.
Okay.
That's my vote.
All right.
Okay.
The horror.
Yeah, we just have to find a really
I'm
stupid
making
theme.
more nom references.
Horror movies.
We need a really stupid
Horror.
link between them. Well, we've already done horror month.
Yeah. And
We've
we
already
did
done
pretty good.
Spa October.
Killer Spas.
Yeah. So we got to. Hopefully, people can help us come up with stupid horror themes for October.
Yeah, but we kind of got a couple movies we need to watch. So
What,
No, we don't.
horror wise?
yeah.
Okay.
We got to watch Chopping
Let's-
Mall.
Oh.
Tie them together.
Yeah, we do need to watch Shopping Mall.
Retail.
Malls. All right.
We could
find
definitely
out
we could do
malls.
that because Phantom of the Mall we could totally watch.
Yep.
That movie's awesome.
There are more mall.
Oh yeah.
horror movies?
Oh yeah.
There are plenty of mall.
Besides
horror
Dawn
movies.
of the Dead, which is
Well, we can't watch
not
that.
good, but people like it.
Yeah, we can't watch
Yeah.
that.
I mean, I don't like the original very much. I'm sorry.
How about Mall Month? MAUL.
Oh yeah, I got you.
Like mall.
No, yeah, like
MAUL,
mall,
Yeah,
yeah.
like
Yeah.
get mauled or something. I don't know.
Combine that with Dogist and the Dog
Yeah.
Mall.
Dog mall.
Mall.
I know. It sounds ridiculous unless you're in my head, and then it sounds
About
slightly less
Mall Month.
ridiculous. I was trying to figure out how to pronounce mall
Yeah,
instead
Mall.
of mall.
Meow.
Mall.
Darth Meow.
Darth Maul.
Meow.
Malvember.
Shall we play this other voicemail?
Sure.
It's a little longer.
November.
All right.
You have to do October.
We got butt dialed. We got butt dialed.
All right, there might be things in there he doesn't want us to hear.
Yeah.
All right, I think that'll do it. The only one voicemail. We vetted the other one. It was not really meant to be a voicemail.
But look at that transcript.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Let me just for the way to close out the show. Let me read you a selection of the transcript.
Please do.
Yeah. Also, I don't know if I have voice. 23451. I've got a family of law, Lhasa, work with. Yeah, call it out there on invoice. Yeah, I need to go. I know. Yeah, I am. C-fix set sex. Okay, just governor over there.
Yeah.
Just governor over there.
That's a selection
star, we're
selection of the Google transcript of the other
Hooray.
voicemail we received.
That sounds fantastic.
I like sex. Okay.
Yeah.
Man.
I like hearing that.
I wish that worked.
We need to call that number back and be like, did you get sex?
Yeah.
Was it okay?
Was the governor involved?
Do we have a political scandal
Was this
here
a
on
pardon?
tape? Oh.
Yeah. Anyway.
Right.
We
are fools.
So let's do some contact information.
Yeah, please.
All right. Well, you can send us an email. You can send us an email to bmf@bmfcast. What is wrong with my mouth?
You had one job.
I'll one your job. Later.
Sex, yes?
Sexy.
Just governor over there.
So you can send. Oh man.
Sex okay.
Sex, okay.
I'll governor over there. So, send us an email to bmf@bmfcast.com. Check out the website, which is bmfcast.com. And look on the right-hand side. There are a bunch of buttons which will take you to all of our social information, like the Facebooks, the Twitters. It'll also take you to iTunes and some other places. There is an Amazon search box down there towards the bottom that you can search in, and when you buy items, Amazon will pay us for sending you to them.
And we were
it will
having
cost you nothing.
Yeah, we were having some issues with it recently, but it is fixed.
Hooray!
So apologies if it was broken and you tried to. We appreciate you trying to buy stuff through it if that happened.
Yeah, just remember
But-
if they keep changing the code periodically, so click on any one of the movies in our list of the episodes. Follow that link. Just get on Amazon and anything you buy. You don't have to buy that movie. Just once you're into Amazon through one of our links,
Yes.
buy away.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it costs money to keep this shit up and running, and costs us lots of money in facials and haircuts. So,
Yeah.
anyhow, the final way that you can get in contact with us is to give us a call on the Garfield phone, 9105-JOCKS-BMF, 910-556-9263. Leave us a message, and we'll get back to you later.
Cool.
Or-
yeah. Wait for the beep.
Wait for the tone.
You got to leave your name. You got to leave your number.
This is actually our voicemail message.
Yeah.
The entire show.
Sounds good to me.
All right, let's get out of here. I'm Harlow.
I'm Mackie.
I'm BJ.
And I'm Chuck.
And this is BMFcast out. See you next week.
Good night.
Farewell.
Intro.
Farewell,
Yep.
Jaka.
Got to do an intro. Got to do it off the air.
Yep. Sorry, guys. We got to end this right now.
Yep.
So
Sex okay.
Sex okay.
Remember, guys, sex okay.
Governor over there.
The governor over there.
Don't forget.
Governor everywhere.
Sex okay.
Sex okay.
Sex okay? Yeah.
Ah?